Hey guys, welcome to the tournament for today, January 22nd, 2016. My name is Matt, casting with Paul today. Paul, how's it going?
Pretty good. Happy to be casting the Argent Squire. I was casting the Rusty Horn yesterday, and we saw a lot of fantastic matches, lots of esports and lots of RNG, so I'm hoping to see some of that today.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I hear we got a Rogue, some Hunter, a few Mage decks. Sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, it should be great. Our first matchup is going to be Evil Tortilla and Al Sky High. I'm just going to call him All Sky High. But Evil Tortilla is bringing Warrior, Rogue, and Mage, and All Sky High is bringing Paladin, Warlock, and Druid. So we're going to see some Rogue, and I'm really excited.
Paladin, Warlock, Druid is definitely a pretty standard list. But Evil Tortilla definitely brings some stuff that is not very meta at all. So that's interesting.
I want to take a few minutes as we load into this game and talk about the Rogue and what matchups are good and what matchups are not good. So looking at All Sky High's lineup, Rogue is looking pretty solid versus Paladin and Druid, and it kind of depends on what Warlock. I feel like Rogue has a slight edge over the Reno Jackson Warlock.
Nope.
Nope?
Nope.
All right. I want to hear your reason why.
It's super draw dependent. A lot of the time, Reno Lock can just draw it into exactly what he needs all the time. And the problem with Rogue is it, like, basically once you get to turn 10, you have a really hard time winning the game. So you really have to be ahead on board or in face damage before you get to turn 10. The problem with that is if the Lock plays like a turn 6 Reno at like above, like at less than 15 health, like he's getting so much value off that usually there's no way you can get back. There are ways, like if you're playing Miracle Rogue or something like that, you can go for an OTK. But in a standard, like, pretty popular oil list with Belchers and stuff like that, you really have to be up on board before 10 mana.
Okay, so basically the Warlock is just going to have a lot of pressure on board, generally speaking. and the rogue
Generally speaking,
can't deal with it.
yeah. Unless somehow he gets like an early lead, like an early Van Cleef or like a really strong like backstab or sap play to really set it up. It's hard for the rogue.
All
But
right,
once the rogue gets on board, he definitely wins.
right. So I guess the question is for Evil Tortilla, when do you queue up this rogue? Because he's definitely looking. Yeah, I mean, you have to win with every deck because this is
I
a
would
best
queue it
of
up
five.
first.
So
I would queue it up
you
first.
just queue it up blind.
Yeah, he's good against two decks, and theoretically he could be good against all three.
Okay.
So I would queue up the rogue personally. Also, you have to win with every deck, so queue up the rogue. But we see the mage coming out against the warlock.
Yeah, and this is going to be a freeze mage, so
Ooh,
pretty exciting, and
all right.
also a Reno Jackson warlock. So
Reno in the opening hand.
I think this matchup comes down to how much pressure the warlock can put down, as well as when the warlock uses his healing, because the warlock needs to just throw down all of his healing as soon as the mage uses Alex Raza.
Yep, I would agree.
And
If he
that's
can,
basically the goal of this game. It's going to be pretty slow, pretty resident sleeper, but I mean, the
yeah,
warlock's just going to try to put some stuff on the board, and the mage is going to be able to easily clear all that.
Yep.
But
interesting thing about this list is I believe that Freeze Mage loses to Reno Lock until Freeze Mage plays Reno. If he actually has a Reno in this list, I believe Freeze Mage wins this. Because
so it was similar to the deck that Super JJ kind of brought out at Seat Story Cup when the expansion first came out. Right. So that deck would be running very few 2-ofs, and I see 2 Loot Hoarders already and 2 Arcane Intellects.
So I think it's unlikely.
Yeah, you typically run 1 Loot Hoarder and like a Novice Engineer and maybe an Acolyte of Pain as well for card draw. So it seems kind of unlikely that this is a Reno list from the Mage. However, definitely a Reno list from the Warlock.
Yeah, no, definitely. This is a pretty tough matchup, especially because basically all the Reno Lock has to do is keep playing stuff. Now, you don't even have to play it for the right reasons, you just have to get stuff on board so the mage has to contest. Like, he's going to have to put this Loot Hoarder into the Ooze.
Right.
So
you could also Frostbolt the Ooze.
He could also Frostbolt the Ooze, which is what he could also not do anything and play like Loot Hoarder and Frostbolt.
Yeah.
But I think you need to hold on to every little bit of burn you can get in this matchup.
Job's done.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. You're just going to need all that burn because the Warlock is going to have so much healing.
Yeah. Honestly, Argus, theoretically really bad here. I think it's the play. I think you play Argus.
I kind of like Coin Belcher.
Coin Belcher's also really good.
Yeah.
But
that's what he's going to go with, so...
If the Freeze Mage was running any Sheep or any Silences at all, he'd be super far behind the board. Wow.
Yeah, but typically they don't. And this turn 5 is kind of the Freeze Mage staple turn against most like mid-range or aggro decks that are trying to seriously put pressure on the Mage. And the Mage can just counteract that with Frost Nova Doomsayer. Really good combo, and the Mage has it in his hand, so that's really helpful.
Drawn almost everything he needs.
Yeah, almost.
I think typically you want to trade in that Loot Hoarder there. Wait, how many cards does he have in hand? He has 8 in hand, so yeah, I think you would trade in the Loot Hoarder there. It gets you
just
2 more
damage.
damage.
A full Emperor.
Yeah, to get a full Emperor, as well as it gives you 2 more damage on the Belcher. So if you ever play Flame Strike coming up, or even like a Blizzard Ping, you have an easier way to kill it. But it doesn't really matter. Like, it's bits and bods right here.
Right. And also, I kind of like not trading in the Loot Hoarder this turn because you can always do it next turn, which would be this turn right now. So
the only problem is like the lock could have drawn into Mortal Coil.
Right. Okay.
It's pretty tough. I believe you Emperor here. I don't see a reason not to.
Yeah,
like,
I think Emperor is a really strong play.
Obviously, it's gonna die, but he's gonna go for the Ping Acolyte probably. Sheep? No, he's playing Block. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that versus just playing Acolyte. I think you need Cycle as much as you can right now. You probably burn cards, but that's not a huge deal breaker.
The thing is, if Alex Strasser got burned, the Warlock would just pretty much win the game. So
that's true.
Yeah, I think that play was fine. So This defender of Argus is going to be putting a lot of pressure, though, just with the taunted up minions. And Flame Strike is looking pretty solid here.
Yeah, you want to ping first, probably.
Cross Nova Doomsayer seems fine, too. And when the minion gets destroyed, it won't proc the Imp Gang Boss's effect, so that's good. Also, he's playing the Mad Scientist just to get the second Ice Barrier out of his deck.
So. Yeah.
Definitely a lot of value coming from the Mad Scientist, so... Is he going to silence the Doomsayer? He is. Interesting.
He is. Yeah. That's definitely the right play here.
Yeah, you have such a big board, and if it got cleared, the Warlock would lose a lot of pressure. And this deck doesn't run a ton of minions, as opposed to, like, aggro or, like, Flood Warlock or something, so...
Yep, pretty easy turn coming up from the mage here. You definitely want a Blizzard, play Sheep.
Yeah, and this Flame Strike is looking really good.
Do you think he's going to Flame Strike or Blizzard?
I like Flame Strike here. Yep, seems fine.
Yep.
It basically does the same thing. I think there would be like less damage on the board, but then again, you kind of want to proc that second Ice Barrier. Like you just don't want it to be useless, you know.
The only reason I think you play Blizzard here is because he can't flood the board after you play Blizzard, because the area is so much crap. It just gives you another turn.
Right.
And you could have played Sheep on the back, and Blizzard Sheep is the exact same thing as Flame Strike in terms of damage.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Blizzard and the Explosive Sheep, definitely.
Yeah. So that gives him less of a chance to build up the board, and then it gives you a Flame Strike as an answer later on, where you typically couldn't set up the Sheep.
Yeah, both plays definitely viable.
Yeah.
So we see from the Warlock the Twilight Drake coming out at the full 10 HP. Also, let's see what the Dark Peddler discovered of Voidwalker, which is a really solid minion, especially for 1 mana.
Yeah.
So.
Is
Is this where you play Thorsan? I guess
No.
is the question.
No.
No, not yet.
No.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see the Blizzard Sheep that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, probably.
Or maybe Thalnos?
No, there's no reason to Blizzard Sheep. You can play Acolyte here.
Yeah, plays on curve, so definitely sticking to that.
Yeah.
Harrison Jones, interesting tech.
If he was going to Thorsan for creature cards, we would have seen it turn 6 when he had Thorsan in hand. He's definitely looking for Frostbolts and Ice Lances.
Right, and if you're the Warlock player, I think this is the point where you'd want to stop life tapping, but All Sky High continues to do so.
I don't
he
think
picks up a
he can
Doomsayer.
die. He can't die yet.
I mean, you have to think about the fact that the cards are really low in each player's
would've-
deck. Like the mage is down to 10 cards.
He would have had to play. He would have had to play Thorsan to be able to kill him at this point, though. Like he can't do enough damage with 10 mana to kill him unless he has Thorsan.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
So
we do
here
see
we're
the Ice Lance pick.
probably gonna see the ping Thorsan. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is going to be a lot of discounts. Oh,
Yeah.
there's the Fireball. So we have a lot of Burn discounted, Antonitis discounted, so...
This is probably if he draws into another Ice Lance, and the Warlock does not play Reno this turn, I believe the Mage wins.
I mean, that's 20
With-
damage.
With
Just
Anton,
off of,
with
spells.
Thalnos.
With
With
Thalnos.
Thalnos.
And Ping, that's 21, exactly. So
Yeah, and he has exactly enough mana for that.
yeah, and so this could be potentially lethal if the Warlock doesn't be careful.
Could be lethal, yes.
So what do you do if you're All Sky High? Do you think you Siphon Soul the Emperor? I feel like that's a pretty strong play.
That's definitely, like, because we can see everything, that's definitely the strongest play.
Right.
But,
Oh, he's gonna tap. Oh no.
ooh, it has Dingo.
Do you think he Renos here? Probably not.
No,
Oh
it's-
no, and that's gonna be game, I think.
yeah. If Tortilla has done the math, it should be game.
Yep, that's gonna be 7 damage from Fireball, 8 damage from both Frostbolts, and 5 damage from the Ice Lance. So that's definitely enough.
That
And-
is a lethal.
It's gonna be a quick one. Let's see if he
Really?
spots it, because we
Really?
did
No.
see some missed lethals
Yeah,
last time.
okay. Yeah, I see.
Oh, he sees it. And that's gonna be GG. Very well
That's
played from
really
Mr.
good for
Tortilla.
Yeah, that's really good for him because that was definitely one of his hardest matchups, and he definitely got out of the way real quick. So
Oh yeah. Basically, queuing up that freeze mage into a druid is just god awful. So
yeah,
really
Yeah,
good
that's
for
the-
Tortilla to avoid that matchup. Also, freeze mage is really good against the paladin. So I guess he had a few good matchups, but really good to knock out that Reno Jackson Warlock. And Evil
Yeah,
Tortilla is left on Warrior and Rogue. What do you think he goes with next?
Well, I'm assuming he's running Control Rogue, so probably Warrior. I
Okay.
feel like Warrior's is, again, like you gotta win with all decks, and Warrior. I don't know. Like either way, it's not really a big deal because your opponent has 3 decks and you have 2.
Yeah.
Warrior
Well-
definitely not great against Druid.
Yeah,
Also-
not the best.
Not great against mid-range Pally.
I mean, as Tortilla, you have to assume that All Sky High is going to queue up the same deck. So I probably would have went with the Warrior. However, All Sky High is going to change it up and queue up the Druid versus Evil Tortilla's Rogue. And I feel like this is a skill matchup right here.
this is a skill matchup for sure.
And it's about if the Druid has the Wild Growth, and look what he has. Wild Growth.
But I don't know. Okay, yeah, you got a really good mulligan off that. But typically, you don't want to mulligan your sprint, especially if it's a one of.
Right.
Because this deck, like, it's such a toss-up against Druid. I think his hand was bad enough that he should have kept the sprint.
Okay.
But we'll
Don't
see.
you feel
how-
like that's a little bit slow, though, versus a Druid deck that can just pump out a bunch of minions?
But
and
like
ramp
your hand has to be bad to begin with, right? So like he had just SI7 Sap. Sap is really terrible against Druid early game. So that's not the best card. You're probably not even going to play it until like turn 6, 7.
Okay.
You definitely want teachers and SI7s at this point.
I think Sap isn't the best, or is fine for keeping, just because if the Druid starts out with a bunch of innervates.
No. Like I definitely say you want to keep it. I just say
Oh,
like
okay.
the hand wasn't so strong that he probably maybe should have kept sprint. He got a deadly poison out of it, which will work out, but
And there's the preparation, so he could have just drawn a bunch of cards right here, right now, if he did keep the sprint.
if he did, keep
However,
this-
the Rogue is going to be able to clear off this Paladin Shredder with the deadly poison onto the knife, and point out the SI7 to.
Oh,
not
no,
kill
no,
the
no, no,
Annoytron
no.
That pops out. So
I think he might have done that before he saw the Annoytron. This is bad. That you don't want to do that ever. That's
yeah,
That's not what you want to do.
not what you want to do right there.
Yeah, that
Pretty
definitely
good
seems
drop
like
for
a
All Sky High. So
yeah. It definitely seems like a you think in your head because like if almost any other card than Annoytron you would do that. But
Right.
Annoytron is definitely pretty tough. Now he's really far behind on board.
yeah, and this Druid's playing really aggressive, going with the Wrath into the Innervate Druid of the Claw. So not on a lot of cards, but he has a lot of board pressure. And there's
Yeah,
the sprint.
Teacher prep sap seems pretty strong.
Yep, and it looks like what Tortilla's gonna go with. And all of a sudden, the Druid seems like he's in a pretty bad spot. Now, do you use this dagger charge to kill the Annoytron, or do you probably
Yeah.
save it?
No, yeah, you kill it. It's only 1 damage to face. Typically, I would use it. I don't see why you. He doesn't have Blade Flurry in hand. Man, that's
Okay,
greedy.
so he ends up holding the charge. I guess the Druid just replays
No.
Druid of the Claw, or silences the
Silence.
Violet Teacher.
Probably silence here. Just because Teacher can get so to control.
Right.
I must safeguard.
However, this Keeper of the Grove play from All Sky High gives Tortilla the green light to play Sludge Belcher.
Mhm.
Or he can play Azure Drake for,
I think
For
he
cycle.
might.
I guess you'd wanna play two.
Azure Drake.
yeah, I guess he'd want to do that first.
Um,
Shredder, though.
yeah, he definitely
Yeah,
has the Drake here.
See what you draw. So I guess Tortilla's looking for something like a backstab where he can completely control this board. That would be
This
pretty
is
solid.
this
Fan of
is
Knights from
definitely
Motorcycle.
why you this is why you use that weapon charge there.
Right.
If he used the weapon charge, he could have kept one of his 1/1s and also been able to trade into the 2/4 with his Violet Teacher and have a cleared board, except for this Ancient of Lord that was just played. But
Right.
now he's sitting behind on board. And it's just with Rogue, it's definitely small things like that, like weapon charges that you have to be really careful of.
Right. And All Sky High now, cycling with
Great
that
fan.
Ancient of Lore, picking up the...
Absolutely amazing fan.
Yeah, this fan is great.
That's definitely what you want to see. I wouldn't. Oof.
You just dagger up here and pass. I mean, you can't do anything else as the rogue, but
I don't know. I don't know if you attack in with your face though, especially because he hasn't drawn any heal, and I don't even know if he's running any heal, and he's already at 20 life. And I'm gonna assume your opponent's playing combo,
right.
so like you're like 6 life away from dying already.
Yeah, if he has combo, but as we know, he doesn't have any of the pieces of the combo. The
That is
druid player.
Yeah.
So Tortilla
yeah,
looks like he's thinking about prep sprint.
You definitely prep sprint here.
Yeah, we'll see what he picks up.
Backstep again. Thalnos.
Wow,
Okay.
so you can actually Thalnos and then backstab the Azure Drake and just kill it straight off.
Yep.
And then trade your Violet Teacher.
Yeah,
you
or
can play 2 backstabs actually.
You could backstab SI7, trade in, and clear the board.
I mean,
or
not
you
quite, because he wouldn't have that second spell power, so he has to play Thalnos first.
Oh right, he has to play Thalnos first. So he does. Wait, if you backstab, no, it works out because wait. Backstab.
You Thalnos, and then backstab Azure Drake, backstab the Druid of the Claw, straight in the Violet Teacher, and just go face with the Drake.
Could have cleared the board with the SI7 as well, by using your weapon charge.
Right.
So if you backstab, SI7, trade in your weapon, and then attack with the Teacher, you still have your Teacher alive and your Azure Drake alive, and you have
Right.
you have a 3/3 body instead of a 1/1
But
body.
you were just talking about how the Rogue wants to conserve his life total because you have to play her on combo, right?
But he
So
would
that's
only-
why he traded the Teacher in there.
He would have only taken
4 damage, so he'd be down to 16.
That's true.
I think it's fine trading the Teacher.
Oil is pretty strong. Fan is actually really bad here. Because
Yeah,
you
because
could
the Drake is just gonna die to the Boombots, probably.
probably.
Boombot assassins. I mean, that Drake is like, as all the casters say, it's like the #1 target for.
Man,
Oh, I
it's
don't like this.
hurt. I don't know about that play at all.
Only 3 damage coming from.
This guy's
Like it works out because he has the SI7, but I think I would rather go for the Shredder Tinker's Oil. Go for the 50/50.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think that's the better play. It conserves more life total, and it gives you a huge weapon to Blade Flurry next turn.
Right. So, All Sky High is gonna play the Azure Drake, play Living Roots and kill off this SI7, and then go with the Shade of Naxxramas.
Yeah, no reason not to at this point. You could be thinking, oh, like, what if my opponent has has his Blade Flurry in hand, but he doesn't. So, also very strange to see 2 oils. I haven't seen 2 oils in a long time.
Right,
So-
and that's something that you don't normally see in Rogue. It's the Tinkers is usually a 1-of nowadays, so.
Typically 1 of, and then instead of the other oil, you want to run a heal bot. So that makes me think he doesn't have any heal in his deck at all,
Right.
which is bad, which is really bad.
So the Rogue hasn't drawn his Flurry yet, and the Druid hasn't drawn any combo pieces at all, and All Sky High has held on to that BGH for a long time, so Tortilla has to assume that that's a combo piece,
He
probably.
has nothing in his deck on it. He has nothing in his deck that can be BGH'd. I'm gonna
Yeah,
assume
I probably would have tried to weave that in for a tempo play earlier, but
the only thing
uh,
you could set on in like a rogue deck is Boom or Van Cleef, and I'm assuming he's not running Boom or Van Cleef with this list.
or a Nubarak.
Okay,
But-
this isn't Raptor Rogue. Like, let's not get carried away.
Right. That deck is really fun, actually.
Oh
no,
my
it's Mana Storm.
goodness! Yeah, you go for the 4 mana swipe here. I mean the 9 mana swipe.
Yep. And that'll
Yep.
be doing 5 damage, so it'll kill off the Lothab.
Yep.
But Millhouse Mana Storm turns out it's pretty good.
You go face. Go face. Go face.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So Blade Flurry picked up. That's a lot of damage.
Is
that it?
Whoa, don't do it.
I think that's it.
Is that it? That's it, dude.
Yeah, right?
That's it. Yeah, he has it. What? No. Sequence it right. Okay. Phew. Oh my god.
Wow, so top decking the Blade Flurry, the Rogue's gonna take it, and that's gonna be 2-0 for Evil Tortilla so far. And now he has to win on his Warrior versus Druid, Paladin, Reno Warlock, so I mean, he's kind of dug himself into this hole where he's stuck on this weak deck. Or I wouldn't say Warrior's a weak deck, but it's his weakest of the 3 decks. But he has to get a win versus Paladin, which I assume is Secret Paladin, Ramp Druid, and Reno Warlock. That's gonna be tough. So we'll see if he can pull it off. But All Sky High's going with the hardest matchup first in the Reno Jackson Warlock. But oh, looks like it's a Patron Warrior. Okay. So this matchup's really good for All Sky High. All Sky High being able to use Hellfire to clear off all the patrons.
Yeah. He has Win Axe though.
Fiery Win Axe is pretty good, especially against Zombie Chow. So,
which we're definitely going to be seeing turn 1.
I guess the question is, will Warlock be able, or will All Sky High be able to answer Tortilla's Hellfire? So, we shall see.
He's going to be a hot little tortilla this game.
Definitely. I mean, he has that golden Garrosh, so Tortilla's on fire over here.
He's ready. He was born for this moment.
Yeah, for this.
Definitely just War Axe and hit it. Why are you thinking about this? What could you possibly do other than that?
Yeah, it's pretty snap play, but you know, taking your time is also good. I mean, we saw the misplay from Tortilla earlier, where he used the SI7 on the what's it called, the Annoytron. There we go.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think about holding Dark Peddler here instead of, or tapping instead of Dark Peddler?
I don't know why you would do that. There's no reason to.
I kind of like putting stuff on the board.
Yeah,
I guess it's fodder for Fiery War Axe though. So.
But who cares? Like,
yeah, it shouldn't matter.
Like, okay, so worst case scenario, it gets hit by your Fiery Win Axe, and it dies. But you still get another card in hand if you want to play Twilight Drake coming up with your coin. It wastes a weapon charge, and now he's playing it on turn 3, and it's terribly off curve.
Right. So he's probably going to go with Mortal Coil.
You would think, but many Reno Lux I know would have taken Soulfire.
Oh, goes with the Voodoo Doctor, just to heal himself up, I guess. Put something else on the board. Interesting.
Alright, not what I would have chosen, but all the power to you. Okay.
So All Sky High not playing that Dark Peddler last turn. Like he could have traded into this Acolyte of Pain.
Yep, he could have. Well, actually, it would have died right away to the Win Axe.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
So it turns out it's not too bad.
Yeah, I think he's thinking about Armor
Smith Whirlwind?
Whirlwind.
Oh, he's
Oh,
going with double Armor Smith.
Armor.
I'm not sure if I like this.
I like this, because the only way you're going to win is by out-HPing your opponent right now. And this is definitely how you...
picks up the Patron. That's so good. That's such a clutch card. Especially if you can get a Whirlwind effect off with 2 Armor Smiths, but the Hellfire picked up from the Warlock.
Shadow Flame and Hellfire in his hand, dude. How are you supposed to beat that?
And Twisting Nether. I don't think there's any way this Patron Warrior can
And
win.
Reno!
Yeah. I mean, All Sky High has all the tools that he needs to win this game.
Yeah.
So, Procron Elite picked up from the side of Tortilla, but he's going to play the Death Spite just to queue up the Whirlwind effect. Go face with everything. So he's going to put All Sky High at 22 HP.
He can actually, I think at this point though, if those Armor Smiths don't die this turn, he can probably out-armor his opponent. Because he can be
definitely not out of the question.
Patron Whirlwind.
Yeah, so he's going to throw it on the Patron, and I'm assuming he's going to go face with the Weapon Charge.
Oh, yeah.
Along with the double Armor Smith, and then Whirlwind. And that's going to be a lot of health gain.
He's going to, like, all of his creatures are going to die to Hellfire. I wonder if he's going to play around Hellfire. That's what we have to think about.
I'm not sure if you can.
You can't.
I mean, the Warlock can just hold Hellfire the whole game. And, like, what are you going to do? Save up your Patron the whole time? I mean, you just have to go for it and hope he doesn't have it, right?
Yeah. This kind of sucks, but, you know, it's just a bad matchup.
Yep. And this Patron matchup, looking a little more forward into our games, or into our series, this Reno, or not Reno, this Patron list is exceptionally good versus Paladin. So
it's really good against Paladin. It's pretty weak against Ram Druid, though.
Right.
Well,
So Tortilla's going to be up to 42. Okay. 44 effective life, 4 patrons on the board, but Hellfire is gonna crush.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good. But again, that is a lot of armor. Holy crap, that's a lot of armor.
Oh yeah, so that would be 12 armor. Jeez.
No, it's more than. How much was it? He was at 14 and got to 23, so it was just 9 armor. I thought it was more than that.
No, it was 12 because Hellfire dealt 3 damage. So I was right.
You were right. Damn, dude.
Feels good, man. So we're gonna see. Looks like Frothing Deathbite. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind
I
of
wonder
a.
if he just swings into the Twilight Drake here.
Yeah.
I guess. And this like almost sets up lethal, right? With the Gromosh. If he trades in the Twilight Drake. Oh no.
The Drake. That's lethal. If he trades in the Drake, it's lethal.
Oh god.
Oh my goodness, dude! Don't do it.
That Swamp Ooze. Oh, he's
Oh
gonna.
no, he's gonna reno. He's gonna reno. Okay.
Okay.
Wait.
He could also just Swamp Ooze.
He's thinking about it, dude. He's thinking about it. No, he's gonna reno.
Yeah, he has to. He has to play around Gromosh.
We're gonna be rich.
We're gonna be rich as All Sky High pops back up to 30 life, 19 healing. So that's nice. The Slam picked up from Tortilla. He's gonna be able to cycle with this, probably on the Sunfury Protector, or he could attack into the Reno and slam it. So it looks like that's what he's gonna go with. Ooh, Acolyte of Pain for more cycle. Good top decking.
Yeah, I guess you want. What are you looking for here? Like more patrons, I guess.
I think Battle Rage is pretty good,
Yeah.
but you haven't taken any damage, so that's kind of a bummer. But
like your
Dr. Boom
points.
coming out from All Sky High, and that's a good card.
Pretty good card. Yeah. Battle Rage definitely gonna do absolutely nothing here. Whirlwind
Yeah.
X makes me kind of excited.
I think you wait till turn 10 for Gromosh and just like Gromosh Whirlwind Execute on the boom or something.
You could just Whirlwind X, you play Corkron and go face.
Yeah,
Why
that
would-
seems fine too.
Why would you not? Like you're so much life up right now.
Seems like the play.
Yep.
Looks like we're just gonna see armor
Wow.
pass.
Armor pass. All right, that's greedy.
Yeah, that's pretty greedy. Not sure if I like that so much.
And now he lost.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Patron comes back from this.
what you-
With the Sludge Belcher. That's just
Either
really
one.
tough. And Swamp Ooze. Like, All Sky High just putting up so much pressure on the board right now. And he has all the answers if the Warriors somehow come back.
Damn
So
it. Cycle into Brawl.
that would
Nope.
be pretty insane. So I guess he's gonna go with Gromosh Whirlwind Execute.
Man, that sucks.
Sure does. But luckily the Boombots didn't hit for 8 on the Gromosh, so that's nice.
Hit for 6 on face though. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, now All Sky High is gonna be able to utilize his BGH.
Nope, Siphon Soul. Would you?
It
I would
doesn't
say
really matter, honestly.
It doesn't matter, but I think you
I
said.
think BGH and Defender of Argus are pretty good.
I believe.
Or BGH Implosion. Or just
I-
Implosion and trade it. Like, you can do anything as the Warlock here, and still not droppable.
I just don't see a reason not to play that higher mana cost removal right now, because, like, you just I don't know. I just feel like you want to hold on to BGH.
What else would you BGH, though? That's my
Uh,
question. Maybe a Boom?
Maybe a boom. Maybe he plays right. You don't know.
Maybe. That would be an interesting tech in Patron. But decides to go with the Implosion, followed by trading in the Swamp Ooze.
Okay,
Uh,
Battle Rage, Battle Rage.
Seems like the play. That's gonna cycle 4 cards, but
Then you could do the ultimate cycle, slam your own Corkron. Nah, damn. Coward.
oh, he wanted to clear the Bran. I kind of like that. Bran creates a lot of pressure, and Finley in this Patron deck. I really like that tech.
I did too.
Basically, you want to just mulligan for it at the beginning of the game, and you want to look for
This
like
sucks.
Warlock Hero Power.
These are all
Really
cards you wanted, like, in your mulligan, not in your, like,
Yeah, not in your last 10 cards.
like your turn 15 hand.
And this card advantage for All Sky High is just insane in his hand. Like, he has 9 cards in his deck, 10 cards in his hand, and the Warriors only down to 7 cards in his deck. So the Warlock's just winning on all accounts here. And All Sky High can just slowly choke Tortilla out of this win. So looks like he's gonna just go with the heal bot. Tempo heal bot feels good, man. So as the warrior, I guess you're just playing this game out on autopilot and kind of thinking about the series in general and thinking about matchups, etc., etc.
Yep.
I don't like that sequencing as well. I feel like just in general, you always want to go down in health but have more armor just to play around stuff like Alex Raza. So typically good things to put it into practice. And he's gonna go with the shapeshift. And that seems really good with warrior.
It is,
especially with the weapon. Lotha being drawn from All Sky High.
Demon's Wrath.
Looks like the Demon Wrath's coming down, just so we can trade the Imp.
And Harrison. That's game.
Yeah, pretty good cards. We see the Doomsayer come in again for All Sky High.
Yep.
And I just, yeah, this
actually don't think he's drawn enough board for this game. Twisting Nether, Shadow Flame, Hellfire, Doomsayer. Like it's just
Demon
he doesn't
Wrath.
have enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, Demon Wrath. Yeah.
So I guess you just put it all out there and say if you have board clear, you have board clear. And All Sky High has 3 or 4 ways he can deal with this board. So
I wonder which one he's gonna do. That's the question.
I like Twisting Nether.
Yep.
Twisting Nether for swag, as you would say.
It looks pretty cool. It's a pretty cool looking ability. Out
Yeah,
of
the
all
animation is really cool.
game. Yeah.
I think he's just gonna Earthen Ring Shadow Flame though.
Coward.
Seems like the best play.
It is hands down the best play. But like at this point, like
you can play Jiraxxus and still win, honestly.
Oh yeah,
actually, maybe not.
No, how is he gonna kill you? He has nothing. He doesn't even have He doesn't have Garrosh. Like he has nothing. He has no weapons.
He would go down to 15 life and spawn like 4 patrons. So.
But like
that'd be sketchy. But Tortilla FFs this game, so it's gonna be GG for All Sky High, and he's gonna bring back the series 2-1. So, as All Sky High, I guess you would queue your Paladin, and I like leaving your best matchup for last, just so that you don't waste any time.
Yeah,
these guys have been playing for a long time, about 5 or 6 hours, and they've fought through 8 rounds of best of 3s just to get here. So, fatigue is kind of a factor. I think you'd want to play your hardest matchups first, just to kind of go through the games and still play while your mind is the most sharp. So he does go with the Paladin, and Secret Paladin with Belchers. I really like that list, but Tortilla has a pretty good opening hand. Hot damn.
Yeah, it's a great opening hand. It's definitely what you want to see. Works. He's playing turn 2 though, so it's not the best.
Right, and Warax is like super bad against Minibot, just because you're pretty much forced to swing in twice.
He has Finley, so
good.
Yeah. So he plays Finley and then he plays Warax next turn. No reason. If he coins out Warax, I'm gonna be pissed.
Oh. All right. Matt is triggered right now, as you can see. The Failfish is coming in. We can see some Failfish in the chat. That'd be nice.
That is just such a bad play. Like, there's no reason you.
Yeah, I don't like using the coin. Just because you can, you can coin out Deathbite, or you can coin out, like, a turn 4 patron with an Inner Rage. That, like, coin is just so valuable, and I feel like it was wasted there. Especially when you have a Finley in hand.
And if you got a Finley into a Ping, or Finley into something else, you could have traded into this mini-bot way better. Now he's behind, and I don't know. The Warax play would only have been good in the single situation where the Paladin's hand is filled with secrets, and he played Secret Keeper.
Right, but luckily for Tortilla, he picks up the Slam off the top, so he's going to be able to weave in this Finley with the Slam. So.
Yep. So it worked out decently. He's still a little behind, I'd say. Reinforce, looking pretty strong here. Lesser Heal's also not bad.
I think you go with Reinforce just to contest the dudes on his side, but does end up going with the Priest Hero Power. So
whoa!
Choice.
Whoa! Why hit the token?
That's pretty suspect. Yeah.
Whoa! No! What are you doing?
Alright, Tortilla's channeling his inner Smork. I'm not 100% sold on this play, but...
What is he doing?
Goes face with everything. I guess he was tuning into our previous casts because
Man.
I love going face.
Going
Not sure if I
face-
agree with that one though. So
No,
Keeper of
no.
Ultimate on his Silverhand recruit and trading into the Finley and then going face with the mini bot looks like the best play.
This is looking pretty hard to come back from, honestly. Like you had an empty board. You could have possibly had an empty board where this Keeper of Ultimate would not have been played. It would not have been played because anything it could have targeted would have been bad. But now he has this Keeper. He has a 3/2, a 2/2, and a 3/4, and you just have this tiny little 1/4 on field or a 1/2. Doesn't even matter. He can do whatever he wants. He's so far ahead right now.
Yeah, and All Sky High also has the triage of doctors, Doctor 6, Doctor 7, and Doctor 8 to
Yeah.
back up this already solid looking board. So this is going to be a really tough one for Tortilla, and all of a sudden he may not be so confident with All Sky High having all this momentum.
Yeah, the matchup was definitely looking a little skeptical for Al Sky High until he drew that Keeper and the board wasn't cleared. Because he had like a 6, 7, and 8 in hand like from the beginning, which you never want to see, but it worked out. So
Yeah, and this is looking like some Zixo strats right here.
yeah,
Typically tuned into his stream from time to time, and he really likes going on the aggressive with the Patron Warrior list, so I guess he's looking at swinging into the Keeper next turn and then executing something, but All Sky High is going to play around that just because he knows the mini-bot's at 1 life, and Tortilla may have Patrons in his hand right now, so fortunately for
Yeah.
All Sky High though, Tortilla has no Patrons.
man, he's actually just gonna run it all face. I'm pretty sure he's gonna frothing, he's gonna hit face, and he's gonna battle rage.
Seems like a pretty solid play.
Except that he has Doctor 6 coming down. Like there's no point trading in now.
Now.
Yeah, I think he kind of already committed himself to going
Yeah.
face, so
The deck
like, he's
just
at
doesn't.
21 life. Like this seems so bad for Patron. I just don't know
Oh.
how he comes back.
Like as soon as Tyrion's played, he's gonna lose the game. So he has 3 turns, 3 turns until he dies. Like until it's just over.
Right. So I guess
so-
he's frothing, swing face, and hope for the best. No, decides to trade into the Keeper. I don't know.
This is looking pretty tough to come back from. The only thing I could think of that would turn it around is like a brawl, a really good brawl, or like a Gromosh double inner rage, some crazy thing like that.
So I guess the play is execute and then Corcoran Elite, but the doctors are going to start
face.
dropping.
Yeah.
Dropping from the sky onto the battlefield.
This guy-
Doctor 6, Doctor 7, Doctor 8. One after
For
another.
Corona Elite, like literally is the smork though. Like if you look at his face, like he's as smork as you can get.
Yep.
How many secrets is he running? 4?
So
Noble
he's not
Sack.
running Repentance. That's pretty standard
No,
nowadays.
he's running Repentance.
Oh, really?
So he has Noble Sack, Competitive Spirit, Repentance,
Oh,
Redemption.
because he used both Avenges already. Okay.
Yeah. No,
Interesting.
he only used
choice.
1. It was a 1 of Avenge.
One of Avenge.
Yeah.
So I guess
He
it's a
has.
6
He only played 1, right? He only played 1 because he had competitive. No, he had no secrets since opening hand.
No, you're
So
right.
he only played 1. Yeah.
That's really interesting. But Dr. Boom's gonna come down, and there's nothing Patron can do in this situation.
Yeah. This is looking brutal.
Yep, we're gonna see the Boom, and I mean, he doesn't even have to trade in Mysterious Challenger here because if like he still has Noble Sacrifice.
Okay, so this is what's gonna happen. Battle Rage into Brawl. Brawl kills everything except for the Frothing Berserker. Both Boombots hit face for 1, and he's up on board.
No,
he-
both
he has-
Boombots hit the Frothing for 1, and he gets buffed even more.
If
No, but
both
then he just-
Boombots... No, like, all that needs to happen is both Boombots don't kill the Frothing, and he gets Brawl. Because then
mean,
he
it
can Inner Rage Gromosh.
The thing is, it wouldn't matter because of Noble Sack, right? Like,
Oh,
he would have
yeah.
battle raged into the Brawl and then gone face, but Noble Sack would have just
But then,
killed off
but then
the
he
Frothing.
played, what would he have to play to have a free... Is there any way to make a weapon free?
I don't think so.
Because it's
I
not a
think there's no
spell.
way.
There's absolutely no way you can make weapon free. Yeah, alright. So yeah, it's over.
Yep. And this will be GG. So, All Sky High's going to bring it back 2-2, and the reverse sweep is close in our sights, as he has the Druid. And Druid versus Patron is not nearly as solid as Druid versus Control Warrior, but basically, if you can get Patrons on the board, and you can get a lot of Patrons on the board, the Druid just loses. So,
Typically, you want to keep Patron in your opening hand for that matchup, and hope to God your other two mulligan cards are Winax and like Armorsmith or Finley or something like that.
right, you definitely want Finley to try to get that Warlock hero power, just to go through more cards.
Yeah,
As
that's
well as the
definitely
Fiery War Axe, just to contest the early aspirant that will probably be coming out from the Druid player.
Yeah, if we see an aspirant wild growth or an aspirant innervate, though, I don't really see a way that the Patron can really win, aside from really bad Druid play and draw, and really good Patron draw.
Yeah, and this series is turning out to be really close, so that's awesome.
I think he could have won that last game, though, if he started trading earlier, and the setup for the Patrons that he was going to draw.
Yeah, I agree. And there's the Patron with the Death Bite. So
I
that's
think
basically the dream.
You keep the
I think you
Patron.
toss him stable, right? And
Yeah.
keep Death Bite and Patron.
Yeah. Yeah, because we already know
it's
this is
risky.
ramp. We already know this is ramp, so you definitely toss the... Yeah, this is right. It's kind of a shitty draw, but you kind of just have to go with it at this point.
Yeah, not the worst thing in the world.
Oh!
Druid has Wild Growth and Innervate.
Pretty
and
good mulligan.
Heresy.
Oh, you got Finley, though. You got Finley.
Okay, that's really good. Let's see what hero powers you can choose from.
Oh, shit.
Fire Blast, Shapeshift, and Lesser Heal. So
Fire
he's going
Blast.
to end up going with the Fire Blast just to be able to ping his own patrons, just to spawn more.
It's
So
definitely
pretty
the
standard play coming out.
second best hero power for Patron, for sure.
What do you think of just turn 1 Shredder?
He's going to turn one Shredder.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Every day. Why would you not? The only
I don't
thing...
know.
The
I
only
don't
thing...
know. I'm just trying to make conversation, man.
I'm just saying. Goddamn. The only thing that counters it is Fiery War Axe, which he does not have.
That's true.
So you go face with Finley. Go face with Finley. Yeah.
Every time. So Wild Growth going to be coming down, and all of a sudden, Tortilla's going to be playing Deathbite on turn 4, and All Sky High is going to be able to Harrison it, and that's going to be such a swing turn when it comes around.
Yep. Man, I didn't even think about that. That's rough.
Yeah, that
If he
Wild
gets-
Growth is huge.
If he gets something good off of this Pilot Shredder, that's pretty good.
Oh, that's excellent.
That's
So I guess you just shade here
Yeah.
and further develop the board. And then Tortilla's going to play Deathbite, swing into the Sorcerer's Apprentice, and then it's just going to get Harrisoned.
hmm
Oh, Inner Rage though for Tortilla is a pretty good top deck because he won't be able to kill all the patrons, even with Harrison. But
Yeah, the only way you win this matchup is with patrons.
right,
Um,
yep. So I think you just gotta.
definitely has no patrons on board. You act like ping the Acolyte. Ping the Acolyte.
You can ping the
The
shade.
3-2 as well, but it's gonna be a 3W and a 4-3, so it doesn't matter.
Wait, is that it? 9
That's
and
it.
6. So
That's it.
no, it's not.
But like,
2 damage off lethal.
it's
But
like, come on.
there's nothing that the warrior can do to come back from this. So
Yeah. That's it? Man, reverse swept. That's brutal.
yeah, that's rough. I mean, you gotta try to get a win here and there with these decks that don't always have the best matchups. So
Yeah.
maybe Tortilla lacking a little bit of foresight there further into the series, but definitely a strong start, but not gonna be enough, unfortunately.
It's too bad, man. That last game was definitely within reach. This game, not so much, so...
Wow, and he's gonna have lethal by 1. He's gonna have 1 over lethal with the second Force of Nature. So GG to All Sky High, and what a turnaround! Really good to have that composure and be able to keep your head in the game after all these rounds that he's been advancing through. And All Sky High, we'll see you in the finals, buddy.
Yep,
GG.
Yep, look forward to it.
Yep. So, Evil Tortilla being able to win out with the Mage and Rogue really quickly, but
Yeah.
then getting swept on the Patron and just not the best draws, and maybe
Yeah.
not the best decisions either.
Patron is still a hard deck to play. By no means is it easy or simple.
Yep.
That's why I think Control's just better in a tournament setting. It's way more reliable. If there's any tournament nerves, or as you said, like they've been playing for a long time, so if there's any fatigue at all, like Control is just 1,000 times easier to play. So
All right.
yeah.
All right, well, we're going to be taking a quick break in between series as these other players get set up into the lobby. Be sure to follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/random championship series. Be sure to follow our Twitter at esportsrcs. And if you want to play in these tournaments, go to randomcs.com and feel free to sign up at your own leisure. Don't go anywhere. We will be back with more Hearthstone soon, so stick around.
Bye-bye. Hey guys, welcome back to RCS. We're just going to be coming up into our match between Watt and Zephilia. What decks are we going to be looking at, Paul?
So Watt is going to be bringing Paladin, Druid, and Hunter, and Zephilia is going to be bringing Warlock, Mage, and Druid. And before we go into discussing these matchups, I have to say, Watt is like the most legendary name I've ever seen. So
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I'm looking forward to seeing Hunter. Not the most popular deck right now, but it's my favorite class for sure. So,
But like, what do you think Watt stands for?
it's just what?
But it's
Like,
it's a
you-
big it's
you
a
what,
big
mate?
though.
I don't know. It seems like an acronym because the O is
It
lowercase and
does.
the T is
It
capitalized. So
does seem like an acronym. Now I got you thinking, dude.
Yep. The
Alright.
gears are cranking. But
Yeah.
we do see Hunter in the opener against Zephilia's Warlock.
Yep. That's a
And-
pretty good matchup.
Zoo versus Zoo, face versus face. Face is the place, and
Face
the place is here now.
Yeah, face is always the place. Wow, pretty good starting hand from Watt.
Both players, actually, I
Yeah.
would say, have pretty good starts. I think you'd toss the Void Caller as the Warlock,
Whoa!
and then...
Whoa! Really? No.
Yep.
No, why would you do that? Oh,
Yep.
okay, it's Stu.
It's
Never
so
mind.
slow.
It's Stu.
Like,
I
you would
forgot
think-
that it was Stu.
Yeah.
I thought it was, for some reason, I thought it was Demon Reno Lock.
And this is a throwback to like the early days of Hearthstone, where it's face versus face, Zoo versus Zoo, and
This
I'm
is
loving it.
hands like one of the worst matchups for current Zoo, though. Like,
Yeah.
It's just bad.
It's pretty bad. But I mean, off to a good start for Zephilia on his aggro Warlock.
hmm
So we do see Unleash coming out from what though? And if he's running explosive traps, I assume we're gonna see Mad Scientist. If not, then oh, he's gonna coin Unleash. Interesting. But
Yeah.
he's gonna be able to clear off basically a lot of the board.
Yeah,
He's
I like.
gonna leave up the abusive probably. No, he's gonna go one more face damage. Okay, seems fine. So Imp Gang Boss is definitely the play.
hmm But the reason that he went for the coin unleash is because he has the Argent coming up next turn, and he has the really good trade into the Flame Imp.
Right. Yeah. So
Um,
Argent Horse Rider gonna be a great trade in Flame Imp,
mhm.
and
And we're probably going to see the dog staying on board to give him a 5 damage kill command as well.
right.
Barring some banana. He's definitely going to double juggler here. No reason not to.
Oh yeah. This is gonna be really good board control for the Warlock. So
Yep, and then you trade in. Two
Yep,
more damage.
2 more face damage. Nice.
Yep. Actually looking pretty good for the Reno Lock right here.
Reno Lock, you silly goose.
I mean,
It's a Zoo.
I know, dude.
But yeah, we know what you mean.
This is definitely explosive.
Yep. And it's gonna get a lot of value here too. Oh,
No, it's not.
Defender of Argus though.
No, it's not.
that's gonna get some insane value. So I wonder if you attack
Trade-
with both
you trade
jugglers and the worthless imp, and then you trade the imp gang boss into the haunted creeper.
No.
And see where the juggles hit.
What I would do is I would trade in the Imp Gang boss for the Scientist right off the bat, and then Argus your 3/2s.
And proc the trap.
Yeah, and proc the trap.
Yeah. Because you don't want to do that dance as the Warlock player where you're just trading the board for the whole game. Because you need to get damage in somehow. So I think that's a solid play. You could also even power overwhelming your imp just to get the 5 damage in.
Mhm.
After trading the
Like, there's no reason not to. It's a lot of damage. Okay, that works out. Just trade in the Imp. To the
No, he's just gonna go face with everything. I like
Oh.
this.
Alright. I get it. Yeah, that's lethal next turn. It's
Yep,
actually
because
over.
the power overwhelming.
No,
And
it's
there's
over.
nothing the hunter can do.
There's nothing you can do. Man, that sucks. That sucks.
Let's see what the trap
Oh,
is.
no, wait. No.
It's
No.
a snake trap.
He's living. If he trades the Haunted Creeper into the 4/3, he's still alive.
Dude, it's a snake trap.
It's a
He's
snake
dead.
trap?
He's dead.
Snake trap. Come on,
Yeah, in
dude.
this list I would like to see the double explosive a lot more, but that's gonna be GG for sure. Ooh,
Oh,
good juggle though. Not that it matters.
No.
Yep.
That's it.
So that's gonna be game, and Zephilia wins with the Warlock, and he has Rage and Druid left.
Mind games? He thinks it's explosive, and then goes for minion clear, procs the snake trap with a... No, I think he's still dead. No,
You still
no,
win.
no.
Just because power overwhelming on
Yeah.
the 2/2, go face, and then the Argus survives, even if it is explosive.
So win. Man, I don't know why you wouldn't play either bear trap or explosive. Like, both are just so much better than snakes right now.
Yep.
What is
Agreed.
he? Is he gonna play Void Caller?
Extended BM.
Is he gonna play Void Caller?
No.
It's over.
Okay.
As soon as he attacked, Wait, no, good juggle, good juggle.
I mean, it wouldn't matter because even if it killed the 2-2, the Imp Gang boss, it would still.
No. If it killed
What's
if
the
it
one?
killed if it killed the Argus, he was gonna live.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, Zephylia gonna be able to take this one and go up 1-0 in the series.
He actually would have had lethal next turn if that killed Argus, by the way.
Oh, that's actually insane.
Yeah.
Because he had double kill command, that's right.
Yeah.
So, Zephylia has Mage and Druid left against Watt's Paladin, Druid, and Hunter. So, if you assume that Watt is going to queue up Hunter again, I guess you would go with Druid?
Unless
So-
you're running Tempo Mage, which I believe beats Face Hunter. Am I might be-
I think Face Hunter has the advantage there. Unless Tempo Mage has, like, the nuts.
You asked
So,
for it.
This is a pretty good
looks like it is
start.
Tempo Mage. So,
And this is definitely the nuts, dude. Having Mirror Image Frostbolt in your opening hand is pretty good. Counterspell is also pretty unreal. Saves you 5 face damage for 3 mana.
yeah, but you're going to want to mulligan that. You want to try to get it off the Mad Scientist, probably.
Yeah, you definitely
Because
want to
you want to play creatures at the start.
Yep, you definitely mulligan Counterspell Ethereal Conjurer, hoping to God that you draw a Mana Worm, and then you can Mana Worm coin Mirror Image and be crazy ahead on board.
So basically, if you're not at 10 life and you get an insane Flamewaker turn as Tempo Mage, you basically win the game.
Yep.
So that's what Zephylia is going to be looking for in these opening turns. Looking for that Flamewaker, looking for the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Arcane Missiles is great against Face Hunter too. But Coin Mad Scientist is a great turn 1 play.
Is it, though?
Yes.
I don't know.
Oh, he's
man.
going face with his Imp every time.
Oh, yeah, he is, for sure. It sounds really gross, but I actually kind of like coin Ping and then Frostbolting the 2-1.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
It sounds really gross, but like you're keeping yourself a 2-2 body, which you really need to deal with some stuff coming up.
Wow, so the Mage is going to be at 21 life.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Ghostface with a Mad Scientist.
Now he's really gonna be low on life.
Yeah. So after
I
Hunter
wonder
goes
if this
face
leper gnome was doing. I wonder if he'll hit my face with this leper gnome.
yeah, going face every time. I mean, if he doesn't go face before, you might as well like keep going face. Okay, he decides to
no,
trade.
Are you sure this is Face Hunter?
Yeah, man. It
Are
has
you
the Argent
sure?
Horse Rider. Maybe
No,
it's
no.
in range.
It
Or like
might.
hybrid.
It might be hybrid because I see a Shredder and a Hunter's Mark in his hand.
Yeah, that's true. And Face Hunter would be running stuff like Wolf Rider, so
Yeah, it would. And
Shredder Hunter definitely not out of the question as he gets the owl, but Shredder's looking great. Hopefully it isn't Mirror Entity though, and it is, but I think you have to risk it. You can't play around it forever.
To us, dude. He actually switched his decks. We have no idea.
Nah, he wouldn't
No.
do that.
He wouldn't do that. Cold Light.
So we got Cold Light Oracle.
Really good
Interesting.
here. Super good here.
Yeah, I think it's great. Absolutely phenomenal.
Wow. And that's not a card you ever want to see.
That's terrible.
Yeah. That's
So-
it's no Cho, but it's pretty bad.
I'm pretty sure you just go face with a Shredder. Like, that 1 damage Succubus isn't going to end up mattering at all.
It's not Succubus, it's
So-
Mistress of Pain. Get it right.
But she's a demon,
To do.
and
She is a demon.
the art looks seductive, so... I mean, technically, could fall under
This-
the category of a Succubus.
Is that your thing, dude? You just demons and portraits?
No comment on that,
Out on me.
as the Shredder gets traded in to the Mistress of Pain. There
Yeah.
we go. I got it right the second time around.
Yeah.
And we'll see if the Cold Light's coming down.
I don't see
Yep.
why not.
Urgle coming from the Mage.
Oh, pretty
Off
bad draw.
esports.
But he still has Azure Drake.
Oh,
so he
that
could-
explosive trap is ridiculous.
Yeah, Explosive Trap, Eagle Horn.
And I don't think you can attack as the Mage. I think it's like
you
terrible.
Scientist and you attack. Yeah.
We'll see what he does. I kind of like Azure Drake and just
How are you
loading
gonna
up your hand.
How are you gonna heal up your crap though? Like no matter what, like you can't counter an already placed trap.
Maybe he's running Kazan.
Come on.
Probably not, but
Like, let's be serious.
it's probably gonna be Hero Power Pass, and they're just gonna play this game where they dance around Explosive Trap over and over. So should be interesting.
Yeah, he definitely wins this if it goes into the later game because he'll. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, and then do it on the Azure Drake. Yeah,
Seems good.
really strong turn.
So I think you just have to proc the trap now. Like he's so many resources just to kill all your stuff, and
Yeah.
you can have an ethereal conjure on an open board. So
Yeah. This is why you attack in last turn and proc a trap. You would have still had your death rattle. You would have. What is he doing?
I don't know. I think he really doesn't want to attack, but how do you win if you do no damage?
Yeah. How are you supposed to win? Now he
Alright,
gets
so-
hound.
Yeah, this
Like-
unleash is absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Gonna kill both the mirror images as well as the Azure Drake.
Nope.
No, he's not gonna kill the Azure Drake, I guess.
Absolutely go face here. Why would you not? He's never going to attack your face.
Wait, is that
It's-
explosive trap? Okay, it is. I was just making sure.
It's
Because
definitely
last time we thought it was, and it wasn't.
as soon as we saw the hunter's mark on the Azure Drake.
Right. Definitely confirmed.
Yeah.
But Zephylia knows that Watt is running snakes too. So gotta keep that in mind. Maybe
No.
he's running one bear,
He's already-
one snake, one
He knows
explosive.
it's not snakes. He already attacked into a creature when the secret was up. He attacked into the Iron Beak Hell, so can't be snakes.
You're right. So what do you do here?
You,
Do you just
clear.
trade your stuff and then go face with the 4/3 Shredder?
You mana worm, play scientist, arcane missiles, ping.
Yeah,
Hope-
that seems pretty good.
Kill off as much stuff as you can. Use your 4/1 to kill the 2/2. You kill the 4/1. You kill the 2/2 first. Nope. You kill the 2/2 first. Listen to me. What are you doing?
Wow, 2 arcane missiles go face. Never lucky.
Never lucky. I had an arena. Just getting off topic a little bit. Today I had an arena run where I unstable portaled on turn. It was turn 6. I unstable portaled turn 6 into Ragnaros on his 5 creature board, and it hit face and gave me lethal.
Gotta love the esports every now and again.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It
Um,
was pretty.
Oh, second Eagle Horn bow and the Horse Rider and the Hero Power. That's so good.
hmm
So the mage is gonna be down to 9 life.
He has kill command in hand. I don't really see a way he can come back from this.
Yeah,
He had.
so that's just it.
That's it.
So basically, TLDR, the mage should have triggered the trap way earlier because
he can live.
now
he
he's
can live.
forced into a really bad position. So
He can live if he plays counterspell here.
can he though?
He lives for one more
Yeah.
turn. Yeah.
Depends if he procs the trap or not.
Little do you know, this is actually a Reno mage, and that's second fire. He's just
Reno
gonna
mage
use
with double fireball
Yeah.
and 1 scientist.
All right. There's
Yeah,
the
probably
snakes. And now you're sad. Now you're really sad. It's like the last thing you ever wanted to happen. This is like you wake up and you look beside you, and that hot girl you went to bed with is just like some really unattractive lady. That's what's going on right now in Zephilia's mind.
what a great analogy. Top
Balls
pick.
out on me.
So
Thank you. He's trading. He's trading.
I
He's
think
trading.
he's gonna live here actually. Maybe he
No.
can get ice block.
No, he's dead.
That
He's-
counterspell though. That's
But,
only
like-
6 damage.
But he's 5 turns of hero power away from death.
Oh, okay. Okay,
He
now
also-
now he's dead.
Now he's just
Because he
dead.
unleashes, baits the counterspell, kill command, boom, boom, boom. And what's gonna tie the series up? 1-1.
Look at that high level face hunter play.
high level Migo face play.
Yeah.
As the series is tied up now, and what is left with his paladin and druid, and Zephylia has mage and druid. So I guess going into this sort of best of 3 scenario with both players having druid and then one with mage and one with paladin. If I were Zephylia, I would just play my mage.
I don't
It's
see
good
any
against both
reason.
decks, so.
Yeah, there's no reason not to play mage here.
Yep.
Hmm.
And if worse comes to worse, you win with the mage, and then drop a game on Druid, but you always have the mirror match. So
Yeah, and I feel like Druid is like Mage. I don't know. For some reason I know this is kind of backwards because I feel like Mage is super draw dependent, but in my heart I feel like you have more of a chance of winning in 2 games with Druid than you do winning in 2 games with Mage. You know what I mean? So like it's easier to lose a game and then win a game as Druid than it is to lose a game and win a game as Mage. So I totally agree with the Riku here, and he has the most unbelievable hand against the most crap hand I've ever seen.
yeah, this hand from Zephylia is just nuts. But Watt's hand is not that good. He has Dr. Boom in his opener, and that's not what you want to see. You want to see stuff like Minibot, Muster for Battle. Secret Keeper is a good card at the beginning stages of the game, so that's going to be what hopefully carries Watt through.
If he had a... Whoa! Okay, missiles are better, but still.
Missiles are better. That was an ambitious mulligan, though.
That was an ambitious mulligan. Man, these missiles could be so good. They could be so good. Is he going to do it? Man, how could you not do it?
It's pretty greedy. I think...
How could you not do this? Oh, coward.
Worm coin missiles? Yeah, I guess that would have been pretty solid.
Yeah.
Oh, now he gets to play both secrets and trade into the mana worm.
Yeah.
Oh,
see? This is what you get. This is what you get.
Punished. Definitely punished. So,
Super
turn 2 coming
punished.
around. Mad Scientist is going to be dropped by Zephylia. Going to get reduced down to 1 life.
I'd be so tilted right now if I was...
If what top decks a Muster for Battle, it's game over, I would say.
Most likely.
Nope.
Honestly,
Divine Favor, though.
Divine
It's a
Favor.
charge.
Yeah, you definitely Divine Favor here.
Yep. And we saw Divine Favor in yesterday's matches too, and it had the same effect. Yesterday's match, Divine Favor drew 6 cards, so pretty solid card there. Let's see what the mage here draws.
I'd
I believe
like
it's
to point
Mirror
out
Image, and it is.
that if the mage kept his mirror image, not only would it have given him an RNG list play, it would have also given him a very easy trade into the Secret Keeper. So, just letting you know, man.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
Sometimes it's not the best.
And What's hand is all of a sudden starting to look really solid because he has the Knife Juggler Minibot this turn, and then Coghammer, Hero Power next turn, into Doctor 6, into Doctor 7, into Doctor 8, so...
Yeah, it's looking really rough right now. Juggler's pretty nice because you have Mirror Image and Arcane Missiles. But still, like, the Coin Mana Worm play with a spell is just so strong that at this point...
It's a toss-up whether you get that trade or not, but if you manage to actually trade efficiently and hit both missiles into the Mana Worm, or into the Secret Keeper, that's a huge swing play.
Yeah, and it's not even terrible odds. Like, you have 3 missiles, only 2 of them have to hit a 50-50 target. So, like, it's
basically a toss-up, so...
It's not bad.
Not wanting to take the risk.
But then keep Mirror Image. Like, give yourself something to play turn 1 so that you can get your 3-3 on board. Because how in hell is Paladin going to answer a 3-3 turn 2? How? How is he going to do it? He can't. It's impossible. The only way he could have done it is because he played 2 secrets onto his Secret Keeper, but the Secret Keeper would have, at least, you're hoping that 1 missile's hit, Secret Keeper would have been a 3-3 instead of a 3-4, and it would have traded evenly into the Mana Worm, and he wouldn't have been in this terrible position to begin. I'm so mad that he didn't do it, man.
Okay, well, let's catch a little bit back up on the game here. So the Arcane Missiles ended up working out really well with the Frostbolt, because it did proc the Avenge, and then the Frostbolt ended up killing the Minibot, so good RNG from Zephilia's side. A little bit what he needed to get back in this game. Unfortunately, that RNG, not so good. He does have coin second Arcane Missiles, though. And the question is, do you go for that?
The only reason you would keep it there is because on turn 7, then you can play Antonidas Coin Missiles.
See, What knows what's up, because he played the Mysterious Challenger from the top of his deck, which further tilts your opponent.
Yes.
So definitely playing the correct Mysterious Challenger there. Really good. Really solid
Very
play.
interesting tech card with the Kazan Mystic.
Yeah.
typically seen in decks against Secret Paladin, not in Secret Paladin.
Right.
But you know, it works out. If
Well,
that
if this
1/1,
avenge goes on the
Yeah.
Silverhand recruit, that's nuts.
yeah, it's pretty good. Oh,
Nope.
too bad. Too bad. Never
Too
lucky.
bad, so sad. But
Never lucky.
still a lot of.
Okay, whoa.
I don't like this ping.
I don't like this ping at all. You definitely missiles here.
Yeah, I think he missiles first almost every time.
Almost there. He's
Decides
not
to
even
trade in
missiles.
trade in the knife juggler, and then
Oh my goodness, this is so
not
much
lucky
damage.
with the knife.
10, 13 damage. You can get 15 damage and play boom.
Yeah, I think he's just smorking it up, and okay, I see reason behind this too, because now like what can the mage do? He has 19 points of damage on the board, and the mage has absolutely nothing that he can do.
Yeah.
So, looks like GG.
Yeah, it's over. Too bad. Should have gone with the mana.
I
arm
literally
point.
think there's nothing that the mage can do to survive here.
No, he's dead. Let me think. Nope, Doomsayer.
Okay, yep. I guess that's what he's going for.
It's
Yeah,
not Doomsayer.
rip the dream. Even Doomsayer would put him in a bad position, because both the boombots would explode on his face, and then he'd play into a Tyrion. Like,
Where's the balls? He definitely could have stayed alive if all 3 missiles hit the Mysterious Challenger, and then he pinged Mysterious Challenger.
maybe, but I think he felt like he was in such a bad spot, and he just wanted to get to the next game. So what is left with is Druid against Zephilia's Mage/Druid. And I guess is Zephilia going with our kind of get your hardest matches out of the way first type of deal. Ophelia might queue Druid, or Zephilia might queue Druid first, and
Yeah.
then just play the Druid mirror out. And if you win that, then it should be a pretty easy win with Mage.
I think so. I think you go Druid here.
Malfuria versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
Okay.
I must protect the wild.
Well, as Matt takes a quick bio, we're going to be seeing the starting hands. Zephilia has Mad Scientist, Unstable Portal, and Flamewaker, which is really good. What does not have a Wild Growth, and he has 2 huge cards in his hand. So Zephilia's looking really solid right off the bat in this game. We're probably going to see a Coin Mad Scientist. You typically want to play Mad Scientist instead of Unstable Portal, just because it's the more consistent card. Druid not drawing anything at all. Such a bummer. No aspirants, no wild growth, no innervate, not a zilch zip, nothing. And going into turn 2 here, Zephilia can get an East Portal. We'll see what he picks up. Looks like it's gonna be a Tuskar Totemic. Interesting.
What's going on? Oh, Tuskar.
Yeah, East Portal the Tuskar Totemic, so that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. Sorry, my dog was just going ballistic upstairs.
Yeah, can we get some Franker Z in the chat for that dog?
That dog, though.
That dog. Actually, there's a new dog emote on Twitch.
Is there?
It's like, oh my dog, I think. And it kind of looks like a mix between like a dog and a Craigasm. It's really funny.
That's amazing.
Anyway, I guess Watt is thinking about whether he should hero power or wrath down the Mad Scientist. And also in Watt's opening hand, he had Dr. Boom and Ancient of Lore, and he kept the Innervate, so not getting very lucky with that. But and Watt already has his combo and Lotheb. Like he has such a heavy hand right now. Oh, he cycles. He cycled with the Wrath. I feel like that's pretty greedy.
I feel like that's the right play, though. Because, like, if that secret's a mirror image, and you are innervating out your Lotheb next turn, that gives him a 5/5. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's true.
However,
So I guess you just don't play creatures then.
you just
Because
don't.
if you play Living Roots, he trades his Mad Scientist in and pings the other, right?
He actually can't kill the scientist in any situation right now. because if he kills the scientist, it could be counterspell, which would destroy his innervate.
I mean, he could innervate after killing the scientist, and it could be counterspell, and he could just play Lotheb. Like, it wouldn't be the worst play in the world.
How would
Right.
he? Oh yeah, you would have to living roots it, right? But then it could be mirror.
Oh, you're
image,
talking
right?
about this turn. I was talking about next
about
turn,
this.
where he was
I'm
on
talking
turn
about-
5.
I'm talking about this turn because this turn he could
Right.
innervate, living roots it, and then play Lotheb. But if he plays Lotheb, he runs the risk of the secret being a mirror image.
Yeah. And it would be a mirror image, assuming that the counterspell is a 1-up.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's gonna innervate out Lotheb. Seems like a really weak play, but I mean, you
Oh,
gotta get on
this
the board.
is definitely how you sequence it to avoid all secrets. I was not thinking. Yeah, this is definitely right sequencing.
Yep.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, I like summoning the 1/1s. I think that's fine.
I agree with that.
I like it much better than killing off the scientist.
I do too.
Just having a board feels good, man.
Mhm.
So that Arcane Intellect would have looked really good had the Lotheb not come on the board. So I assume the mage is just gonna play Shredder and trade. Yep. And it is a mirror entity. Oh, Ghost Face with the Tuskar. Interesting.
This is the first
Well-
game we've seen of Flame Waker, by the way.
Yeah.
Haven't seen
Sometimes
it
lucky.
up until now.
So I guess he summoned the Azure Drake just so he could get an efficient trade. But you know what?
Now that Flame Waker.
Yeah, the
Freaking
Flame Waker Frostbolt's gonna be pretty solid.
You definitely trade him with your 5/5 first.
Into the 1/1?
Yep.
Or
Yep, you trade with your 5/5 into the 4/4, and then
oh,
you
okay. And then
you
Flame Waker
Frostbolt
Frostbolt face?
Yeah, you Frostbolt face to stop the hero power killing your 5/1.
Oh, yeah, seems good. Let's see how Zephylia sequences this though, because there's quite a few ways to do it.
There
I
are
mean, he
many
could just
ways.
trade. He could trade the Tuskar and then ping the Lotheb.
He could also just Frostbolt the Azure Drake and give it
Yep.
more value.
Looks like he's gonna roll the esports dice.
Not bad.
Sometimes lucky, sometimes
Ooh.
unlucky, and ends up going face with everything. I actually like Zephilia's aggression. I think it's really, really well played.
I think it's warranted in this place. I don't see any problem with trading your 4/3 though, because you're just losing damage at this point. Your 4/3, because
I
like
think it's
it gives him a perfect trade off of the 5/1 into the 5/5 though. Whereas if he traded in the 4/3, you could have gotten like even a 3 attack would have gotten you way more value off of this.
So, I think the play this turn is Arcane Intellect Counterspell.
No, it's Lotheb.
Okay.
I agree with the Lotheb here.
Oh yeah, he's just setting up lethal.
Yeah, it's
Definitely.
giving him more turns to live.
Gosh, I
Um,
forgot that the druid was at such a low life total, and now he has to use the Ancient Allure to heal.
Arcane
So,
Intellect
that
into
feels bad.
Fireball wins him the game.
That's true. Exact lethal.
Mhm.
Exactly enough mana too. Wonder if he
Yep.
goes for it. I don't see why
he
not.
wouldn't. Yeah,
He hasn't
really
drawn one
smart.
yet, and Mage has 18 cards left, so it's like
but now he's going for the
An
safer
11%
play,
chance.
which I can agree with because what he can do here is he goes face, plays Unstable Portal right now, and then next turn he can Antonitis Arcade Missiles, and then he'll definitely have that Fireball in hand.
right. We'll see.
Interesting.
We'll see what Zephylia ends up doing. Oh, that unstable ghoul. We've seen that drop from a Shredder twice today now. Interesting, but still setting up lethal. And can the druid clear this?
Yes. Right? Can't he? I believe so.
I mean, he can swipe the Drake, but what do you do from there? Do you Moonfire the unstable ghoul with your keeper? Seems pretty bad.
It's really bad. No, he can't clear the board, I don't think.
Okay, so he ends up swiping Lotheb, and oh, okay, yeah, this is really good because then he clears off the Lotheb, and the keeper can trade into the Azure Drake.
He is probably dead, though.
Yeah,
Actually, I know he's dead, because he's going to Antonitis Arcade Missiles. If any of those missiles hit face, he's guaranteed lethal next turn.
Yeah, that's right. Because the druid will be at 5 life, and then even hero power can't save him. So.
Whoa, Ethereal Conjure. Yeah, definitely Antonitis
The
here.
Tony seems pretty good, along with the missiles. Actually, one missile has to hit face, so it's guaranteed lethal because the keeper has 3 life.
Yeah.
So the Wrath isn't gonna do it, and he can't cycle with the Wild Growth to try to get an Ancient Allure off the top to heal. Even
So-
then, he couldn't
Oh.
deal with the Tony, so that's
This
gonna
is
be
where
GG.
this is where you combo. For
Combo
swag.
for swag.
That's the play.
What to do?
I think Escape Concede is the play.
Coward. Real man would hit face with everything he's got.
See, I don't like drawing cards here just because it's like, oh, I was 1 card away from this, or
It just makes you
like
salty.
all of these hypotheticals. So
Yeah.
Escape Concede, good play. And it's gonna be 2-2, and our final match is gonna be a Druid Mirror. So
Oh my
whoever gets Wild
goodness!
Growth and Aspirant wins.
I just realized my Mountain Dew is diet, and that really upsets me.
Tilting intensifies.
Oh my god.
Caffeine is one hell of a drug, and yep, caffeine helps us stay up when we have to
So
cast up late.
yeah, it's actually pretty late. So we're gonna be seeing the Druid Mirror here.
The wild. Nature
Yep.
must be.
Watt has
Yet
the Wild Growth, so
Yet another
Zephyr might as
game
well surrender.
5. Yet another game 5. Yet another really slow matchup game 5.
yep, slightly Resident Sleeper. But you know what? Watt has the Wild Growth, so he's gonna be ramping up faster than Zephylia. Zephilia's hand is really heavy, so
Super heavy.
hopefully he can get a good
Definitely
mulligan. I'm guessing
mulligan
he's
and
gonna toss
Harrison,
the
10 out of 10.
he's gonna toss the Harrison. He's gonna toss the Lotheb. He might even toss Shredder and just like hope for.
The last thing you want to toss is Wrath, though, because if you draw the Aspirant, you need
Yeah.
something.
He needs to answer Aspirant, especially since Watt already has a Wild Growth.
hmm
So players definitely taking their time with the mulligan.
10 seconds. Alright.
So we do see an Innervate, so he can get out a really fast Shredder,
Mm-hmm.
which seems pretty good.
Turn 1 Shredder.
Yep. Feels good, man.
Mm-hmm. Feels real
Or
good.
turn 1 Swipe. Just kidding. That would be terrible.
That'd be super bad.
So I think you play the Shredder 10 times out of 10 here.
You would think so, but if you were a greedy person, you would Wrath for Cycle, and then Innervate the Shredder next turn.
That sounds really familiar. That's what Watt did last game against the Mad Scientist.
Yeah, but that was like turn 5. It wasn't turn 1.
No, it was turn 2 actually.
Was it actually?
Yeah, he cycled against a Mad Scientist on curve. So, but we will be seeing the Wild Growth come out from Watt, and Wild Growth drawn from Zephylia, so it's back to square one. Even game now. And I guess you just go face with the Shredder.
Yep. And then you get
Watt's own
Swipe.
Shredder will be coming down.
He could also Swipe.
Oh, I feel like Swipe would be so terrible. And that
It-
Shredder placement is slightly cringe.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Living
Oh,
Roots.
dude.
They could have the same board.
He has
Except
golden.
Zephylia would have golden.
Yeah. He has the dancing trees. That's a pretty good draw.
Yeah, the 3 attack minions really good. So now he can trade
So
into
the-
Shredder,
So the top
or he
deck-
can just play Taunt Druid at the Claw and just go face. Yeah, he's gonna do that.
He's gonna go face here.
Seems good. So I guess at this point you're forced to.
Wrath for
Wrath?
2. Ping hit face. I mean hit with face.
Oh, that's
or-
insane. Okay, he definitely wants to clear the board now. Just because next turn he can play Boom or Ancient Allure. That's
Yeah.
so good.
It's
If
super-
this
it's-
Pint-Sized Summoner stays on the board,
I hope
uh,
it doesn't swipe.
that's actually game changing.
Mm-hmm. Is he gonna do it for 1? Yeah. Good.
Yeah, drawing cards is insanely important in this matchup. And Zephylia looking like he has the upper hand in this one. I wonder if Watt's gonna swipe the 2-2. Yep. Yeah, he has to.
He has to.
I guess swipe face and attack in. But yeah, he has to kill this.
He has nothing.
There's no way he lives that up. But
He just
at
nothing.
this point, that gives the Zephylia the green light to play Ever Thorsan. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're swiping a 2-2, you can't possibly have more clear than that. And Watt's going to have to use a Force of Nature in order to clear this. Unless he wants to play his own Ancient Allure, but then Zephylia gets 2 discounts.
Are we gonna play Boom? I would play Boom. Yeah.
Yeah, Boom's coming down. Seems pretty solid.
The problem is that Sophilia's gonna have to think really hard about if he wants to play Lore Heal, because not next turn.
Isn't
but
that
the
just
turn after.
lethal if he doesn't clear anything with Thorsan?
Savage Roar does give lethal, yes.
What to do?
Interesting. So I wonder if Zephylia plays like Druid of the Claw Taunt, or he hero powers into a Boombot first, and then plays Druid of the Claw Taunt and goes face with the Thorsan, and like threatens a combo.
If
Maybe, I don't know.
if either of those Boombots, if those Boombots do 6 damage to face, he would have lost. He is now
Alright.
alive.
So those Boombot shenanigans right there just like secured Zephylia that little cushion that he needed to avoid lethal from the Savage Roar.
Cushion
But-
for the pushin', one might say.
Cushion for the pushin', you heard it here. So I wonder if you trade Booms and then Keeper of the Grove face and hero power and just set up lethal with the exact 14. It seems like pretty obvious though if you're Zephylia looking at someone that Keeper of the
Yeah.
Grove's your face and hero power is your face.
Yeah.
So Force of Nature seems fine along with the hero power.
I don't like this at all. I really don't like this. I think this is terrible.
I mean, you can trade the Trents into the Boombot or into the Doctor Boom, your Doctor Boom into the Thorsan, and then your face into the Boombot.
But you're giving up your win condition here.
Yeah, here's another one though.
But like, yeah, but like he won't. What if he doesn't draw? What if it's the last card in his deck? What if it's the last 2 cards in his deck, and he just never draws Force of Nature ever again?
Well, he would draw something else that would have a lot of pressure on the board, like maybe a Druid of the Claw or a Sludge Belcher.
But even then, like he could have won. He could have won this turn. This could have been it. It could have been over. But he instead played defensively, and he most likely will get punished for it.
Yeah, so we're probably gonna see Ancient of Lore heal and Azure Drake. I think that would be the safest and smartest play. Alternatively, he could add.
safest
I think you
play.
Azure Drake first, no matter what.
Yes. Because you could draw into Wrath or Living Roots. That is neither of those cards, however.
Waits for no one.
Yeah.
You drew to the claw, charge it in. Oh my goodness, it's over. Is it over? No, it's not over.
No.
Oh,
Oh, that
that
Force of Nature
built
top
up.
deck though. I told
It's-
you he had another one. I mean, it's not like you didn't believe me or anything, but
I didn't believe you. He's gonna heal. He's gonna heal. Yeah. We're definitely gonna be seeing Drew to the Claw next turn.
yeah,
if
he
we
has
don't.
to.
He has to Drew to the Claw and then heal face.
Gosh, this is so back and forth. It's actually really exciting.
Drew to the Claw, heal face.
I think that's the play. And
It's
then,
the only
go
thing
face with the
that will
Azure
keep
Drake?
him alive.
do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Seems good.
Yeah. Otherwise, he dies, I believe.
Wonder.
No. Yeah. Otherwise, he's dead.
I think just straight Druid of the Claw won't save him.
Um.
You have 7, 4, and 4. So
No, it'll save him.
Oh, that's one off lethal.
Yeah, it'll save him.
I think cycling here is like super greedy.
He's
Oh
going
my
for it.
gosh. He ends up cycling. Okay.
Where
So Druid of the Claw taunt and then faces with the Drake.
Man, he is. This is it. He has it.
Is that lethal?
It's over. He can't. Watt just lost. Wait. No, yeah, it's over. He can't win. He's one off. No, he's
I
two
wonder
off.
if you just go for it. I think you just go for it because you have. I mean, I think Watt loses no matter what, but I think you have to just. I mean, you can't trade here. You're just throwing the game at that point. Maybe you swipe Force of Nature.
No, he can't live next turn. He has no cards in his hand that'll keep him alive
yeah,
for
he can.
next turn.
He can swipe the Azure Drake, trade the Ancient of Lore into his Druid of the Claw, and then play
Yeah.
Force of Nature and kill the Ancient of Lore. But that completely
okay.
throws away his Force Condition. So
Yeah, that is not a winning play. Well, it keeps him alive though.
Yep.
He's not gonna go for it. He's gonna combo. No, he's gonna swipe. Okay, how is this gonna work?
he's gonna swipe the Drake and then trade his. Okay, I guess this works too. Actually, he did that wrong. He could have had a 5/1
Yep.
Ancient of Lore.
Yes, he could have.
Oh, okay. Okay, so he's just dead.
He's just dead.
Yep. So
Man.
Zephilia gonna take this game, and we'll be seeing 2 mages in the final.
Mm-hmm.
So exciting stuff. And the Druid of Claw without the Wild Growth in their opening hand actually won. So, but he did top deck it on turn 2.
Man, these games are getting long.
Yeah, they are.
I feel bad for these players because they've been playing for a long time.
Yeah, they've been playing for quite a while. So our finals is gonna be. Oh, I'm just kidding. It's gonna be All Sky High versus Ophelia. So there will only be 1 mage. I thought Evil Tortilla won for some reason. So we're gonna be seeing 2 warlocks, 2 druids, a paladin, and a mage. Right when we come back from our break.
Yep.
Be sure to follow our Twitch at twitch.tv/random championship series. Follow our Twitter at esportsrcs. And if you want to sign up for these tournaments yourself, go to randomcs.com. And be sure to stick around. More Hearthstone in 5. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for watching.
Tournament. What matches are going to be looking up for these next games?
Okay, guys. I hope you like that cringy intro because we are very embarrassed. Welcome back. We'll be seeing All Sky High and Ophelia in our final match.
Yeah.
And we've been seeing a lot of long series tonight, so I guess we should
Bear
be
with us.
expecting another long series. But
You never know. Could be a 3-0.
yep.
Anything can
and All
happen.
Sky High is going to open with Druid, and Ophelia is going to open with Zoo Warlock. And Zoo Warlock has a huge advantage in this matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, as Druid, you're looking for cards like Swipe, Druid of the Claw, Innervate, and this starting hand from All Sky High would be exceptionally good against any mid-range deck, but I mean, against Zoo, it's not the best. But double Innervate Azure Drake to start it off. Pretty good start.
He actually doesn't have an answer for this either. Another wild growth.
Dang. That's a lot of ramp. And
But
normally,
not a lot to play off of it.
yeah, normally you'd be extremely happy with this, but I mean, oh, the swipe though. Can't even play it. Darn.
You wild growth and then send your
And then go
4/4
face with
into
the
the. No, you go hit the 1/2. Set
That's
up
so
for swipe.
greedy, though.
Set up.
I mean,
What else
Zephylia
is-
has an abusive in his hand. Like, he has to know something's up if he trades the Azure Drake into the Haunted Creeper.
But like you have to. You have to do this play. If you go face here, you're
I would
just
go
so
face.
far behind. You're
That's
so
fine.
far behind. He's gonna use. Oh man, this is so bad because that Drake is now dead, and now he has a 1/2 creeper and a 2/1 body.
Okay, but Zephylia didn't trade in the first time, so why would he trade again? Is the question.
I just
Oh,
think.
Mortal Coil. Oh my god. That's insane.
But like, there's so many things he could have done with that 1 mana. He could have also just abusive and traded in, and he would have been up on board either way.
Oh, Shredder off the top. That's helpful.
That is nice.
And Defender of Argus looking pretty good here. Also, Owl Haunted Creeper, or Owl Abusive, or Owl Tap.
Owl
So-
tap probably gonna be the play.
I think you Owl like 90% of the time. So
Yeah.
we'll probably be seeing that, and then
If you're like an RNG warrior, though, if you are a true esports crusader, you would Argus and then trade in with the peddler.
yeah, that would be pretty nuts. I'm not sure if I like that, but
That's the play. That's the winning play. If he got that, and then got a really crappy creature out of it, he'd be
like a
so
dual
up.
scarab. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be insanely good.
Yeah.
But very risky at that. And this is the finals, and these players have been playing for like 6.5 hours, and they're competing for WCS points. So there's a lot at stake here.
There
And
is.
These guys
there-
are really playing, and thinking about every turn. So that's good to see.
Creeper?
So
Yeah.
we see the Haunted Creeper and both of his creatures traded into the piloted Shredder, and I think this is fine. But All Sky High is another Shredder.
More ramp. Gonna play wild growth. Yeah.
Yeah. Wild Growth looking really solid here with the Shade of Naxxramas. And next turn, you can trade it to the Haunted Creeper and then swipe.
It won't work because he's gonna play Argus.
Maybe. He could play Voidcaller. You never know.
Only if he gets like a Jiraxis or a Mal'Ganis. Even then, I still feel like Argus is just better. Way more face damage. He gets
Yeah,
in-game.
okay, we're
No, it's
going to be
definitely
seeing Argus.
My shield for
Yep.
Argus.
My shield for Argus. And that Owl's going to be hitting for 5.
Mhm.
Kablam. And Druid's down to 17 life.
Yep.
Feels bad, man.
Does not feel good, man. That's for sure.
Oh,
Ancient
this
of
seems so greedy. Ancient Allure?
the
I guess he
ult-
has to heal, right?
Yeah, you'd have to heal off this. But
So
even
you heal with Ancient Allure
Just-
and then trade the Shade into the 2/2?
just a weak play. You definitely don't Ancient of Lore. You definitely trade in the 3/3 to the 2/2 and then swipe the board.
Yeah, I think you have to use Swipe here on the Defender of Argus. Or
Mhm.
would you use it on the Owl?
I'd use it on the Owl.
Okay.
Because you can,
Either of those are
swipe,
pretty-
You can swipe Hero Power, hit the 2/2, and with your face, and then you can use your 3/3 to clean up the Argus.
Oh, you know what you could do, actually? You could Shade into the 2/2, and then swipe the Argus, and then Hero Power attack into the Owl.
That's more
But
face damage. This way it
He's going to
saves.
go with the Swipe Coin Shredder play, which is pretty good, considering he's sitting on an Ancient Allure, which is a lot of healing, or card draw. So, a lot of
Yeah.
flexibility. And, okay, the Void Collar's coming down every time.
Probably.
Or is
Actually,
he just going to play Doomguard and just go face?
just gonna play the Doomguard. That'd be ballsy. No, he's definitely gonna play Void Color here. Problem is he has 2 Imp Gangs in his hand. So like,
Yep, but,
one of those 3 cards wins him the game. The other 2,
but do you
don't.
think All Sky High is going to actually
probably not. Probably not gonna
actually
attack
kill
him.
the Void Collar? Nah.
Nah,
So he's just going to heal up, and then value trade some minions. I think you have to attack with Shade, right?
yeah.
But if All Sky High attacks with a Shade, it's gonna give Zephylia really good trades. Where
Yeah,
it
it's
can
a
go
strong-
Haunted Creeper into the Shredder, and then oh, he goes face? Okay, so he's setting up lethal.
He has lethal next turn with Savage Roar.
Yep.
If the board is not cleared, which I'm going to assume like 9 times out of 10 it is, here you play double Imp Gang, and you trade in your 3/4 into the 4/4 and use your Creeper to clean it up. Use your 2/2 to kill the 4/1.
Yeah, I like that play a lot.
Because
He's
then
gonna
you
go with the Juggler though, and then
That's a
I
weak-
guess go for the 50-50.
It's not a strong play. The only reason being
Could
is
get really lucky though. And
he
it
could get really lucky, but he didn't. So now he just has some sloppy trades he has to do.
We'll see where the mini creepers hit.
Bad.
Pint-sized summoner.
bad
Another
creep.
one of those too. That's funny. So I guess he wants to get lucky with the juggle.
Juggles.
Imp Gang boss comes out.
Oh, worked out.
Oh, that's pretty fortunate. So he's gonna trade the Argus into the pint-sized summoner.
And then you
Warlock looking good, but one Force of Nature and it's GG.
no, yeah, yeah. A lot of cards in its GG. That is not one of them. You cycle. Look for
Do you
swipe.
really? I
You
feel like
cycle.
that's really greedy.
You
I think
cycle and you get a swipe, you win the game. Swipe gives you lethal, I believe. You have 7,
Yeah.
9. No, it doesn't.
that's what Alt Sky High tried to go for, but unfortunately didn't pay off. I guess you have to taunt up this Druid of the Claw and just continue bashing the face.
Not with the bear, for sure.
Looks like that's the play. But All Sky High definitely thinking about whether to charge it up or not. He has to be thinking, is that a power overwhelming in his opponent's hand?
Shall I strike?
Okay. I think this is fine, because he charges it. Brand Bronzebeard. Interesting card.
See it a lot in
So he's
two.
just going to play the Brand, play the Doomguard, make some value trades. Doomguard's going to be going into the Druid of the Claw, along with the Baby Spider and the Imp Gang boss.
Mhm.
And that's pretty much going to seal the deal, unless All Sky High top decks a...
He can trade. Well, yeah, he's definitely going to be trading, but can he? If he doesn't clear the board with the Doomguard, it's over.
Yep. I mean, I'm not quite sure what Zephylia's like, what's going through his head right now. I guess he's wondering what that last card is. I think he has to assume it's a combo piece, but Brand Doomguard, pretty obvious play on the 8 mana. I guess he was thinking about how to trade, but good on these players for taking their time, because
Yeah,
a lot of
for
people would, like, make these snap calls and kind of do sloppy trades, but
So swipe does give him lethal here.
yep. Swipe is lethal, Druid of the Claw is lethal, Force of Nature is lethal,
Neither of those. were
and
picked.
Lotheb is not that, so
He is still alive for one more turn
yep, with hero power.
with hero power. Yes. 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, he has 11
6,
damage.
11. Yeah, so he has to
So,
hero power.
second Argus for Zephylia is lethal.
Power
Abusive,
overwhelming.
power overwhelming. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. The 6 mana power overwhelming. Let's see if he top decks it. I wonder if he's thinking about trading here. I don't see a reason to.
There's no reason to. Juggler is
Nice juggler.
You do not, in any situation, cap here. Absolutely. Oh,
my gosh!
goodness!
Oh, he taps and he doesn't pick up lethal.
Wait. If he plays Boom and he swipes, what happens when the Boom bots kill him?
Oh, okay. Okay, so I think it would be a tie.
So what do we do in the case of a tie? Do you know?
I think we just redo the match.
Damn.
That would be so troll if he plays Boom and then clears off this Lotheb and
That would be an excellent addition to this tournament so far.
oh gosh,
I
that
mean,
tap is so greedy though. There's so much more stuff that could be lethal now. I mean, I guess it doesn't make the biggest difference, but
Oh!
Wrath. Oh, we'll see. Like, just Force of Nature is lethal now. There's so much stuff that he can pick up.
So many things are
Keeper. Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Oh my goodness. And All Sky High is gonna take it just because of that life tap.
That's why you don't tap.
Man,
My
that was so greedy.
Okay, a rule for every Warlock player out there: if you're not playing Reno Lock, if you're below 18 health, it's considered poor play to continue tapping below 18 health. Unless you have absolutely nothing in your hand and you absolutely have to cycle, once you go below 18 health, most decks that run any form of combo will be able to kill you. Like Rogue, Mage, Hunter, lots and lots and lots of decks have many ways to kill you below 18 health. So typically it's unsafe.
Yeah, I feel like Zephylia had that game all locked up, and pun not intended, by the way. And,
Yeah.
Definitely that life tap was a little suspicious, but
It was.
I mean, hopefully that doesn't wear on his mind. And All Sky High is going to change it up, transitioning to his Warlock, while Zephylia is going to be on Tempo Mage.
We both have golden hero portraits, so
Yeah, I think every player has had a golden hero portrait in every game.
Mhm.
So these guys definitely know what they're doing. All Sky High is top 200 legend player. So that's pretty awesome. Zephylia making his climb up to legend in this season. Still plenty of time to climb. So
probably going to be
And-
seeing absolutely nothing from the Mage turn 1. I don't see Scientist being a super strong turn.
What to do?
Oh, I think Scientist is... Oh, Scientist on turn 1? Yeah. Not the best. I like
No.
saving the coin, especially with Flamewaker in your opener.
Yeah, so next turn he can Flamewaker coin Arcane Missiles for like the super one damage ping fest.
Yep.
It's 5 random damage. It's pretty good.
Ooh, that
Yeah, we're-
owl is great.
We're
I
gonna
would
be seeing-
actually play the owl on the Mad Scientist. Denying
Yep.
that secret is very important.
But now we're gonna see pretty okay value off of this Flamewaker. We're seeing 4 damage to the face, 6 damage to the face plus 6 damage to the face plus clear the owl if he does the Flamewaker coin arcane. No, 8 damage to the face if he Flamewaker coin arcane missiles.
I guess we're just gonna see a Mana Worm ping. I kind of
that's-
like saving the Flamewaker. I think that's fine. I think it's a little ambitious to play it this early.
But it's 8 damage. It's 8 damage to the face. That
Yeah, but it's Reno Lock.
8 damage to the face though. That means okay, if he has 8 damage to the face and then he draws into another fireball after this one, he's so set up.
Okay, yeah. Now looking at the Tazdingo coming down, it looks
Coin-
like
it's
Flamewaker would
coin
have been a good play. So it looks like we're having some technical stuff on our broadcaster side, so bear with us while we get that sorted out. But we'll try to talk you through what's going on in the game.
Yeah, so he just traded in the Frostbolt. He got the 50-50. I mean, you got the 3/4 luck roll off of the Flamewaker Frostbolt. And it's a clear board. Now with the Sledge Belcher coming down on the Warlock side.
Yep. And we're going to see the Fireball coming down, most likely on the Sludge Belcher. Actually,
Probably
decides against it.
not. Yeah, Portal seems good. Wow, Jeeves.
Jeeves.
Portal
Interesting.
seems good because no matter what, you're gonna get a good trade off of your Scientist onto your Belcher here. Or not. Okay, no, it still works out.
Yeah, definitely working out. Gonna suicide the Scientist off and trade the Flamewaker in. And
This
5
is
damage face. And the Warlock's at 9 life! Whoa!
No Reno. He has lethal next turn. If he doesn't, no.
Is it lethal even with
No, it's
Scientist?
not. No, it's not. He's very close.
Okay, so let's see.
You-
So
you do
Fireball
it.
does 8, 9,
You
10.
still do it.
Oh, it's one damage off lethal. I wonder if he just
See-
goes for it.
I don't know because he could have Reno. No, he
Yeah.
can't have. If he had Reno, he would have
If
played
he had
it this-
Reno, he would have done it last turn, I think.
Do you play Jeeves here?
I think
Yeah, you play Mirror Image Jeeves. Jeeves is the card. Play it.
I
Why?
would have liked to see Jeeves as well.
Yeah, it gives him another card
Decides
draw.
to go with the ping, and does not pick up Harrison, or does not pick up Reno Jackson. There we go. Oh, with the mirror entity with the Doomsayer. That's gonna clear his board with the anti-heal bot.
Yeah, see, that's what you get for not playing Jeeves.
But you know what? Zephilia's gonna have a Dr. Boom on an open board,
Yeah, which is
and all sky high. Oh, double fireball.
it's over.
That's a lot of damage.
That's 12 damage burn next turn, plus whatever's.
Lothab. Oh man.
He's exact mana.
BTH Lothab. He has to do.
He's,
Like,
he has
there's no other play.
he's exact mana.
Yep. Oh man, this game is so swingy. It's just ridiculous. Okay, so
Trade
I
both
think
into
I think you have to go with Jeeves and Arcane Blast.
Alright.
I
Oh, no, don't go face here. You hit the Lothab.
What's wrong with going face? Because you're setting up lethal next turn with double fireball.
I just,
Oh no, you're not.
No,
Wait.
you're not. You needed boom
It
bots
should be
to-
fine. He should be able to get one boom bot to hit face.
He could have been, but if he was rich this turn,
Yeah.
that it
True.
just gives him another turn to be rich, but it's over, I believe.
He could tap for Reno. The dream.
Kid tap Marino.
That would be some insane esports.
I believe a taunt keeps him alive. A taunt does keep him alive. Oh no, it does. Yeah, it does. And GG.
Oh, that's GG. Definitely now. Because just fireball ping. So that's gonna do it. And
So it's-
Zephilia's gonna bring it back 1-1.
Is that 1-1?
Yep.
Yeah.
All Sky High won the Miracle game with the Druid versus the Warlock, so All Sky High, both Warlocks losing actually, so interesting. We might see a Reno versus Zoo class mirror, but Zephilia gonna be able to close this
Please,
game
please miss this. No. Oh,
out. Nah, he's not gonna be BM
the top keck arcane missiles.
for lethal. Yeah,
Yeah.
in your dreams, man. Well,
And like both missiles like hit Lothab and Tharsan, and the last missile just like pew.
yeah, that would have been pretty BM. I don't like to see BM, but I like to BM myself, so it's kind of
Yeah.
hypocritical. But
It is. It's.
You
But we
know.
have to live on ladder.
that's Hearthstone. So looking at the lineups again, we have Paladin and Warlock from All Sky High, and then Warlock and Druid from Zephilia. So I think you, as Zephilia, you just queue your Zoo.
Mhm.
And then
Warlock Druid.
okay, so it looks like Zephilia queues his Druid, and All Sky High queues Reno. So ooh, Mind Control Tech from Zephilia.
MC Tech, pretty not great card in this matchup.
Well, since All Sky High has Implosion, it could be good. But
It could be
besides
good.
the mulligan it, every player mulligans all their cards.
I
But
actually
All Sky High's
like-
curve is just 1, 2, 3, 4.
Zephilia's curve looking pretty crap.
Yeah.
I actually would have liked to keep the MC Tech just for a 3-drop.
Just for a vanilla 3-3. Yeah, that wouldn't have been too bad. The Zombie Chow going to be coming down from All Sky High, which is a great start for any control variant.
Mhm.
And Zephilia has nothing on the back of turn 2. I guess trade everything into Chow,
Yep, that's what it's looking
including
like.
your Shapeshift. So it seems kind of bad, but
That's exactly the card you want in this matchup. That Harrison Jones counter is Blingtron.
oh yeah.
That definitely exists.
Oh, one of my friends was playing Constructed, and he was playing against a Warrior, and he actually got Blingtron into Harrison Jones on turn 10. Pretty
Good.
insane combo.
Good.
So I guess you can actually trade into one of the saplings and then coin Earthen Ring Farseer or Zombie Chow.
Yeah, that does pretty good. You could also just do exactly what he's doing, which seems like the stronger play just because it's control deck. If it was an
Yeah.
aggro deck, it would have made more sense to trade in and heal up, but this is looking
Definitely.
pretty good. Aspirant.
Also, he can save the coin for Tazdingo, which
Yeah.
seems pretty strong. And All Sky High now finding the Reno Jackson. It's gonna
Remember
be
when
pretty important.
Tazdingo? Remember when Tazdingo was like the best 4-drop, like
Yeah,
ever?
Tazdingo was the shiz back when
It was super
like,
good.
pre-Nax, when Sludge Belcher wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Tazdingo was pretty insane.
Yeah, a turn 4 Tazdingo used to be unreal. Probably gonna be seeing the Aspirant. No reason not to.
Guide my land.
I mean, that's all he can do.
Yep. It's gonna it's
Literally
gonna
all he can do. So
it's gonna save him 3 face damage.
yep. Ooh, I actually really like that attack because
Yeah. No.
I mean,
yeah,
it's gonna
that
trade
makes
it anyway, so you might as well hit it. And Twilight Drake top deck, nice.
sense. Twilight Drake top deck is gonna be pretty tough for the Druid to come back from, especially because he has no keeper in his hand.
But All Sky High next turn, he can coin Emperor, so really good for the Warlock.
You're really, really good for the Warlock. A lot of cards in his hand that you
Yeah,
want to be
that discount's
discounted.
gonna be great, especially with the taunts, with the
Yep.
Tazdingo and the Defender.
Taunts and
Taunts are
heals.
really important in this matchup.
Yep.
So. Definitely good. So I think we'll be seeing Piloted Shredder and Hero Power coming from Zephylia.
Could also see a Force of Nature.
Yeah, I'm not.
He has he has double combo in
Oh,
his hand.
okay, I guess you have to clear Thor's then.
What to
So,
Yep.
oh, he has double Force, double Roar. Okay, so Force of Nature wouldn't be too shabby.
That'd be a pretty understandable play here. Sets up for your Ancient of Lore, hopefully, next turn.
Right. Yep. Yeah,
Can't clear
I think it
board.
convinced
One
me.
damage off.
I like the Force of Nature. And that's what Zephylia does. Just trade this Trent into the
Face,
4/4.
yeah, I would trade it in too.
Yep. Refreshment Bender.
Bender.
That's a card.
It is a card. It does exist in this game.
That it does. I like Tazdingo Argus.
I do too. Not a lot's gonna get past that wall right now.
Yeah, and Druids have a ton of trouble dealing with boards like this, where there are big beefy taunt creatures. Like, Druid just has no mechanic to come back from that. So, good on the Reno Lock to start controlling the board this early.
You definitely, I think you lore for cycle here,
Yep.
hoping to draw into a second swipe,
Yeah, so you can do a double swipe next turn.
double swipe, yeah.
What would you even double swipe, though? Okay, there's the double swipe.
That's the double swipe. Actually, you keeper the Drake, and then you trade in to the Tazdingo, and you swipe the Imp Gang boss.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think he's just gonna clear the Ancient of Lore with the Twilight Drake, but...
Yeah.
Jeez, the Druid has so much stuff in his hand, but he can't really play it all.
Can't use it. Yeah.
So what does he keeper in this scenario? Does he just keeper the Tazdingo or the Imp Gang boss?
You keep
Just
it
like
the
the
Tazdingo.
Tazdingo. And then Shredder, just to fill up the
Oh,
Druid.
whoa!
That's a lot of damage from the Warlock, though.
I was thinking he was going to go for the 2 damage and then swipe it.
With the keeper?
Yeah, go for the 2 damage on the Tazdingo, and then swipe the
Yeah, that
Tazdingo.
wouldn't have been too shabby, but then you don't have any board. So
Yeah,
then again, everything for the Druid is feels bad man at this point.
looking not great, yeah.
Meanwhile, the Warlock's having a party over here with his Reno Jackson anti-Keel bot. 6 minions on the board, 5
Yeah,
cards in hand.
He's dancing right now.
All Sky High is feeling at an all-time sky high.
He
I guess you
has...
could say.
Wait. No.
I wonder if this can be like an insane like board clear right here.
Dude, if he...
Yeah, this is gonna clear the board. Holy.
This is definitely going to clear the board. And then you
Holy
go
moly.
face... If you go face with the Piloted Shredder, and then next turn you have Lethal.
Yeah, I guess you do.
You do.
So looks like All Sky High is gonna be
If he
playing
plays
the
boom,
Doctor.
if he plays boom tap, it's over.
Oh gosh.
Oh, he's gonna trade in. He's gonna trade in.
Yeah.
How much damage does? No, double roar kills. That's game.
Oh, that's it.
That's
That's
it.
22. So that's
Yeah.
lethal. And Zephylia is gonna go up
Whoa,
2-1.
whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Phew.
It's 22.
I saw the arrow pointing at Dr. Boom, and I was like, good lord.
Yeah, Hearthstone spectating client isn't the bee's knees, but yeah, really well played by the Druid and a super greedy tap from All Sky High. I mean, I guess it wouldn't have mattered because the Defender was the card that that All Sky High drew off the life tap, and 22 life he would be dead to Force of Nature double roar anyway. Does exactly 22, so
Yeah.
well
Definitely a
played.
game
And
that I didn't
Zephylia is
expect.
stuck on Warlock, his Zoolock,
Zulok, yeah.
and he
I
has to
didn't
beat
expect it to win that.
Gul'dan versus Gul'dan.
he has to beat Reno Lock and Paladin. So
What is that Paladin? Is Secret, right?
Your
Yes.
nightmare.
I think these are two pretty solid matchups. So basic. Oh, that Sludge Belcher is a really key card, actually.
Good hand from both
The
sides.
taunt, Death Rattle into a taunt is super strong versus pretty much any aggro deck. So
Man, the egg is just so good.
yeah, the egg is really good. One of my favorite cards. I
think
crafted
it's-
golden eggs because I play it.
This
I
man.
play Zoo so much.
Do you think about tossing of the power overwhelming?
I kind of like keeping it
I do too.
just because it's more stuff to trigger your egg. So
Man, this hand is so
yeah,
strong.
Zephylia pretty much has the nuts. He has Void Caller, and the only other demon is Mal'Ganis. So
Yeah.
as soon as he plays it, like All Sky High has to kill it at some point, right? But
Certain
All Sky
seem-
High does have a Siphon Soul.
Seeing egg, and then next turn it'll be tap abusive, and then the turn after that it'll be void color, and then he gets either Mal'Ganis or Doomguard.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. Ooh, Power Overwhelming. Oh, that's so good.
Super good.
So now you can just Power Overwhelming, and
Power
you can
Overwhelming
even play
tap.
abusive. Like you don't even have to tap.
I would tap.
Does choose to tap anyway. Goes with the PO on the egg, and then trades into the Imp Gang boss, and then the Haunted Creeper into the Imp.
Yes, yes.
And I guess All Sky High will have to Implosion.
Yeah,
Sprained
4?
RGs. Oh, hits for 3.
it's not good enough.
Not good enough. So Void Caller's coming down.
Mm,
And we're gonna see the Haunted Creeper trade in, and then the Nerubian go face.
Yep.
And then turn 5 looks like a Belcher.
Most likely a Belcher, yes. Which feels bad, man, because he is abusive in his hand.
Yep. And he's gonna be able to kill it with the Void Caller.
Yep.
Good on the Zoo Warlock to have the answer and hold the abusive Sergeant.
He
That
has-
power
yeah,
overwhelm.
he's the silence. He's the silence as well.
Oh yeah, he does.
So
I
no
wonder
one
if he just
to
pushes face damage. Probably not.
Probably not. But you could just silence so he doesn't get the 1-2.
True. And then trade in. Yeah,
Like what else? What else do you silence in Reno Lock? Really?
the Doomsayer that All Sky High has in his hand. And I'm actually
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not
the
sure if he's shown
Doomsayer.
it versus Ophelia. I don't think he has.
He hasn't played it yet.
Almost out of time.
I like instead of Doomsayer, I like Sacrificial Pact as a tech card more.
Ooh, ends up going with the Doomsayer and the Demon Wrath. So this seems okay, but Zephylia can silence it if he wants. I think he can play Haunted Creeper and then tap and then just end his turn. That
Nope.
wouldn't be that bad. He's just gonna load up the board. Oh,
I agree
and
with this.
smack face with the Void Caller.
Man, I just don't like Doomsayer. I just think there are better cards. Like Sack Pact is just so much stronger. It literally wins you games. Like Sack Pact against Draxus just ends the game.
Yeah, that's one class though, right?
But think about other matchups. Like other matchups, you can heal for 5 off of.
I mean,
like,
as
Imp.
with Doomsayer against like a Paladin or something, you can play that on turn 5 and lock out their Mysterious Challenger turn. So it has more uses than just the board clear.
But like also Sack Pact also gives you the you can also Sack Pact a 1/1 Imp. So you're sacrificing a 1/1 that you got off of Implosion for 5 health. As well as Doomsayer is heavily countered by boards that are already strong enough to deal with something, or silences. So typically you're not going to have tons of board control as Arena Lock anyways. So I don't know. I don't like it.
Okay.
I'm glad to accept my opinion.
Yeah, definitely a valid opinion. I think Sack Pact is also a great card in Zoo. There's a lot of stuff that you can eat up just for...
Oh no, it's in Reno Lock, for Reno Lock.
Okay, great in Reno Lock too. It's just a good overall card that people often underestimate, so I'm glad you brought that up. Turn 7, Dr. Boom is green, so green means go.
Green means go.
Alternatively, you could Hellfire, but I mean, if a Doomguard comes down, you're pretty screwed, so...
Now if you boom, you lose, right? Because he trades in the Void Caller, gets either a Doomguard or a Mal'Ganis. Oh, Imp Gang kind of sucks here. So you play Imp Gang, you tap.
Gosh, his hand is so heavy.
You tap
Like,
first.
Do you tap first, though?
Yeah, you tap
I
first.
think you trade the Void Caller first and then tap, right?
No, you tap first, because no matter what, you want to play your Imp Gang before you trade with your Void Caller.
So many.
It's guaranteed that you get either Mal'Ganis or Doomguard.
Yeah, but I'm saying you play Imp Gang Boss, and then you trade Void Caller, and then you tap, just in case there's like a random demon in his deck that he doesn't want.
Oh,
Second
no,
Imp Gang Boss.
yeah,
phase.
you're right. Okay, you're right. Is it all going face? It's probably all going face, eh?
Killing the Chow seems okay.
Killing Chow seems right.
Just because it denies the trade into the Knife Juggler, so... And the Chow into the Knife Juggler would be really good for All Sky High, so...
Oh!
Sometimes lucky. I mean, it didn't want to hit the Knife Juggler, but at least it didn't kill it.
That was
All
pretty
Sky,
nice, actually. It's pretty good luck.
So I guess
Yes.
you go Boombot into the Void Caller, right? And see what comes out. Because if worst case scenario, it's Mal'Ganis, and you can either BGH or trade the Doctor.
I actually believe that you Siphon Soul the Imp Gang boss here. Because, that's lethal.
No, you can just. Siphon
Oh,
Soul.
he's gonna Siphon Soul it? Okay,
Yeah.
I see it. I like this better.
Yeah, the sequencing was good. So. Turn 8 coming down.
Pushing
and
lethal, right? Really
pushing
close.
a lot of damage.
You
Not
Imp Gang
lethal,
abusive. You could tap if you
I
drop
think you
power
have to tap.
overwhelming. Yeah, if you drop power overwhelming, you're pushing lethal next turn.
Yep. Absolutely.
Void
Another
Caller's-
Void Caller. Excellent. I thought that was gonna be a 1-0, but
I did too.
turns out it's pretty good, especially with 3 demons in
Even
your hand.
Zulok is a pretty fun deck to play.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Good
So gonna
trade
be
in.
able to clear off the Boom with the Abusive Sergeant and the Haunted Creeper.
The problem is
Oh,
the
Defender
Reno Lock-
Vargas on the 07 seems good.
Reno Lock is getting closer and closer to Reno.
True.
She has not drawn yet, so I would have liked to see more damage pushed face.
Oh, Mal'Ganis is coming down.
It doesn't matter, he's dead.
BGH is pretty good though.
I've got the beast in my sight.
And it's gone.
See that power overwhelming? That
Alright,
would've
so
been
you have to
lethal.
use Power Overwhelming now. Just so you can get your Doomguard on the board.
Yep, Imp Gang, Doomguard, hit
Feels
face.
bad.
Hit face as many times as you can.
Yep. Basically, when you play Doomguard, you just turn on your Smorg switch in your head, and you just start going face. Dark Peddler.
Twisting
giving some
Nether,
flexibility.
Twisting Nether.
Yeah, you twist another first. Absolutely.
Look how cool that looks.
That animation is pretty awesome, not gonna lie.
Such a cool looking ability.
So I guess you take Cogmaster. Or maybe Blood Imp?
Blood Imp. I would take Blood Imp.
Yeah, seems fine. So the Reno Lock is on 15 cards, and the Zoo Lock is on 13 cards. And the Zoo Lock has gone through double Void Caller, double Doom Guard, double Imp Gang Boss, and
He's win-
Morgana's.
he's
What
win
else does he
condition.
have?
He has Jiraxis, probably.
Jiraxis, interesting.
Jiraxis could theoretically put him back in this game. I would say right now he's pretty behind though.
Yep, I think he'd just win with Jiraxis. Unless Reno Lock drew Reno.
Or Healbot.
Ends up going
Or-
with the Cogmaster. Dark Peddler, given some flexibility. So I guess he wants like a Void Caller.
Both have looking nice.
Oh, that's gonna fill out his curve completely if he draws a creature. Oh, Void Walker, he gets it.
I like Egg.
Wait, actually?
I actually like Egg.
How come?
Because think about if he draws into Argus or something. Egg is just way stronger than Void Caller at that point. Also, Egg is like an O2 body that's really strong against any kind of clear that he is weak against right now.
Nah, I like the taunt. Besides, the Dark Peddler can't eat through it, so the Warlock's gonna be
True.
pushing 8 damage.
I wonder.
Has he played
Oh.
2 power overwhelmings or just 1?
I think he's played just one.
So Jiraxis is lethal here.
Right. He needs any form of damage.
Dark Bomb, typically not run in this list.
Oh gosh, 1 damage.
Also lethal.
Implosion.
Implosion is not 1 damage. Another
Second
implosion is.
implosion.
No, well, you can RNG this pretty hard. Throw it on the Harrison Jones for sure.
Oh, 1 life. The ultimate Reno dream.
Oh,
Will it happen?
it's for 4.
Earthen Ring. He actually
Earthen-
lives.
Earthen Ring keeps him alive, yeah.
Yep, because he can Earthen Ring Hellfire and then trade Harrison.
This is why I think you should have.
Actually,
Should have
no, you
doubled
don't do
Implosion.
that. You put Kroghammer into the Voidwalker, you put the Dark Peddler into the Lotheb, and then Hellfire. And then the board is clear, and you have a 5-1 Harrison Jones.
What did
Let's
he
see
do?
if Sky High sees that. Looks like that's the play.
Nope. What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see this. Man, he's so rogue.
I wonder if All Sky High should have suicided the Harrison
Do you
Jones
tap
just to
here?
play around Implosion.
Do you tap here? I don't tap here.
Yeah. Zephilia already lost 1 game to tapping. On
Man,
like
this is so close.
oh, if Reno gets top deck, that would be nuts. Iron
That's
Big
it.
Owl, and that's gonna be it. Zephilia's gonna win 3-1. Rip.
Man, Dream is dead. Alright, well, those were some good games.
Yeah,
Wow.
great finals. And Zephilia's gonna take it 3-1, so he's gonna be earning 3 WCS points and $10. So that's pretty
Yeah.
swell.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Some really good matches.
Yep.
And see.
Nothing too crazy. Like, nothing we wouldn't have expected really happening.
I think that in that series, that Warlock Druid game was absolutely nuts. Zephilia had it in the bag. And,
The swing with the draw
Yeah.
into the double swipe, yeah, it's pretty nice.
and then he, like the Warlock tapped, and then the Druid top decked the Keeper of the Grove into a Savage Roar for a 4 damage lethal.
Savage Roar,
Like,
yeah.
Dude, that was nuts.
Yeah,
That was
that's pretty good.
absolutely nuts. Well, that's going to do it here from us. We know it's getting late for everybody. So thank you guys so much for watching and bearing with us through these games. Once again, be sure...
So,
What's up?
I was just saying thank you for anyone that stayed around and watched the end.
Yeah, definitely. So be sure to follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/random championship series. Follow us on Twitter at esportsrcs. And if you want to play in these tournaments, go to randomcs.com and you can sign up under the tournaments tab. And for myself, my Twitter is Paul_plays HS, and I stream every now and again on twitch.tv/PaulSackLegend. And Matt, any shout outs you want to give to any particular people or
Yeah,
any plugs?
I just want to give a shout out to our broadcaster Rob. Every time the stream comes together because of him, so it's pretty cool. I got no plugs though, so just
No,
thanks for
no,
watching,
no plugs
guys.
for Matt over here, but
No plugs. Only.
yeah,
only
thank
on
you
the
guys so much for watching and bearing with us. And we do have a tournament tomorrow, so remember, if you want to sign up for that, go to randomcs.com and sign up. It's not going to be for WCS points, but it will be for All the Glory, and it's our first time launching a tournament on Saturday, so it should be a lot of fun. And we will have a new caster personality on there, so it should be a lot of fun to watch Urs, who is our new caster. So I'm looking forward to that. And
That's very nice.
yeah, from everyone here at RCS, we want to thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great night.
Yeah, have a good night, guys.